speaking of Hello. Happy Friday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Here we go. What's up? How's it going? Good evening. Got it right that time. How are all of you doing? And Dr. Overdose, for the first time ever, getting first during a D&D stream because I forgot to turn the channel points off. Thank you for that. But hello, everybody. Dr. Overdose, Form, Oracle, Husher, Mother Trucker, Goose, JJ. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you as well. Sam, what's up? VIP pizza for you. Uvas, how are you? Silent. What's up, Matt? How you doing? You've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, but never been able to. Well, this is a good place because we're all sort of newish players. So a lot of us, it's our first campaign. So there's a lot of quote unquote dumb questions being asked, which there are no dumb questions. Where all the redeems gone? This stream, the hell? It's Fridays are special streams because they are D&D focused. So I will be focusing on the campaign rather than chat and redeems and all of that. So I don't really want a ton of distractions. So that's why it's just on Fridays. You guys are not doing this. Stop it. It's sucking my eyeball. Chat will miss. I will miss you guys. Dr. Overdose, what are you doing? I'm sucking my eyeball. Owie! Dude, thank you for 5 gifted subs. What the hell is this music? What do you guys want to listen to? Don't say the cow song. Okay. Thank you so much for 5 gifted subs. That's really kind. I appreciate it. To Darkon XE, See, Not This Faith, Nuclear Rage, and Girl. That's probably says something, but I don't know. Where can I join to play D&D? Where our campaign is closed, so we don't have.
Holy shit! What did I just draw? Nobody look! Nobody look! Nobody look! We're adding things to it, okay? Nobody look! Nobody look! Nobody's looking! Nobody's looking! It's a friggin' sword, okay? It's a sword, not a dick. It's a sword. Promise. It's a sword, okay? There. No more dick. No more dick.
Time for the recurring Friday night tip. It's a freaking sword. O-O-K-K-K-I-E.
Oh my god. Husher, what the fuck, dude? I am still writing down every single person that has, like, been able to be a wall thing this month, and still no one is on the wall. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for the tip, for just the tip. Where do you sign up for campaigns? I mean, if, like, in general, I don't know, just reach out to people and see if they have any openings. I'm not really sure, though. We have a whole, like, D&D section in the Discord, if that... I mean, you can post there and ask questions if it's something you're interested in. But, like, as a general, I have no idea. There is no wall. There is clearly a wall. There's definitely a wall. There's just nothing on it quite yet. The dogs are playing. Look at their little butts. Half-baked, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. My follower alerts are a little bit broken right now. Sorry about that. Where did she go?
Your eyes. Holy shit, what did I just draw? Nobody look! Nobody look!
What are you doing?
Nobody look! We're adding things to it, okay? Nobody
What
look,
are you
nobody
doing?
Look. Nobody's looking. Nobody's looking. It's a friggin' sword, okay? It's a sword, not a dick. It's a sword. Promise. It's a sword. Okay, there. No more dick. No more dick.
It's a sword, okay.
What the hell? Who's farting? I thought I turned that off. Didn't I turn that off? Is that the only one that's available? Who tooted? Where do I even see that? I'm so lost right now. Half-baked. Dr. Ordos. Okay, now stop it. Okay, stop it. I want to cuddle Gimli so bad. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. What are you guys doing? Hey, be nice to sister. Gimli. Hey.
Your eyes. Holy shit, what did I just draw?
What are you doing? Uvas!
Nobody look! We're adding things to it, okay?
Look at her
Nobody look,
face.
nobody's looking. Nobody's looking. It's a friggin' sword, okay? It's a sword, not a dick. It's a sword. Promise. It's a sword, okay? There. No more dick. No more dick.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Uvas? Thank you so much for just the tip. Thank you so much. What are you guys doing? Why are you doing this? Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. You aren't even subscribed. Oh, allow access? What? You need to be subscribed. I got you, don't worry. I got you. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. But use some of it on yourself too. You should get something out of it. Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much. Good grief. Dr. Overdose for the 5 gifted subs and the $69 tip. Husher for the $69 tip and Uvas for the $69 tip. Good grief, you guys. Thank you so much. It was a sword, though. It was just a sword. It wasn't a dick, it was a sword. It just was. And that's it. You're so gassy. Are you guys ready? Okay. All right, here we go. It's time for D&D.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh, got double audio.
Why are
We
you
doing
guys like
intros?
this? Why are you like this?
What? Why are we like what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Why are we wonderful supporters? One. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're already spending so much time with me. That's more than enough. Gims, that's
It's-
enough.
I would say it's karma, but I'm gonna let you. We'll have to figure out if it's good karma or bad karma.
Why don't you roll a d20 and we'll find out.
She's like, wait. She's like, wait. Is it karmic payback
I got
or
a
is this
17.
karmic punishment?
What is a
Oh,
17?
Sounds
Is that-
like good. That sounds like good karma to me. I don't
Sounds
know.
like good karma.
That's a pretty
Okay.
good roll.
This is my little mini guy that I keep on my desk.
Those are cute little dice, though. I like them.
Those are. I like them.
It's trying
Oh,
really
yes.
hard.
And
It
it's
wants
it's
to.
trying to focus, right? Hang on, let it focus here.
It's a really
Ooh.
It's a
Oh no,
really
my
tiny
Doritos
one.
bag phases out of existence.
I like those.
So does that mean I'll have good karma? Or I just got
Sounds
the
like
good
it.
karma?
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
Ugh. My parents say that. It always confuses me.
A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the
'Cause
bush.
They've just not answered my question, basically.
Losing
All
the
right.
forest for the trees.
What?
All right, who wants to do the recap? Or do we want to do rollies and we could ponder, or do we want to vote for the recap? Because I
can-
didn't
I say we-
do the recap
I say we
last
pull
time,
chat.
I can't do the recap.
Nor advanced calculus right now.
I cannot.
No,
I'm
no
just-
calculus. Then I'm gonna need you to solve this equation.
Does
English is
anyone
hard right now
want-
too.
Does anyone want to do the recap?
I mean, I can do the recap again real quick if you want.
Well, let's do rollies first.
All right, so we'll do rollies, and the way we'll let's see, we're gonna do Garmy and Sad Silent versus Mother Trucker and Potatosaurus. Man, I'm mixing up everybody's fucking names today. I'm all like, okay, we're gonna do Garmy and Brea. I'm sorry, Garmy and Yuki, and then Brea and Karaust. Back in the zone. I was all using people's real names, and Twitch names, and character names, and I didn't even know who I was
Who are
talking
these
about
people?
anymore. Like, why?
And don't forget our fictional in character made up names, because Yuki's Mort, Brea's Kate, I'm Perry, and
I'm
Karast is Tal.
Roll
Roll
yeah.
yeah.
Roll
I
yeah.
already forgot.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, come on.
yeah, yes. Sorry.
Roll
Right,
yet?
yes.
Yeah. Did you roll yet?
We did not
Oh.
roll yet. We gotta figure out. So we're gonna like I said
okay.
beforehand. Okay, well let's fucking go. We're doing it live. All right, Garmy, you got 13. What's going on? Can you go high low? What's gonna happen? All right, Miss Yuki Sato, this is your time to roll your best 20s, and then
Okay,
it's
start
all
with that.
after that. There it is. First one to Yuki.
All right.
One fight.
Right, Yuki.
Oh, Garmy coming out, little gnome fist.
Going down.
Oh,
Lord,
1 to
are you
1.
saying- are you asking to give
Huh?
us
Pretty
like a?
nice.
Are you asking to give us like a situation, like this is the thing that happens and figure it out? Is that what you're saying, Lord? And is that what
The
I'm
high rolls today.
Oh, I'm not even paying attention to chat right now.
No, I don't.
I'm
expect you
assuming
to.
yes, that's what they're probably asking about. Okay, so we've it's 2 to 1, right? 2 for Yuki, 1 for
Yeah.
2 for Yuki, 1 for Garmy. This is your time to shine.
Dear God.
You
Nope,
can
nope. Stop
do
right
this.
there.
You can do. Oh, so close. 2 to 2.
You're two.
Oh, we're probably gonna die today with all these high rolls we're getting out of the way.
Oh,
Perfect middle of the road.
Victory for Yuki Sato in round 1 of rolls.
All right.
In the words of other people, hell yeah, brother.
Those dice were pretty.
Caroused, do you want to roll first?
Oh, yeah.
I think I changed my dice. I'm gonna-
oops.
Do you want to roll a real dice? I'm just kidding. All
My
right.
bad.
Maybe Brea will. Okay, all right, so
we
round
go.
1 goes to Brea there on that one.
I need to check the private roll she did.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what do you
let
mean?
No, oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, you're good. So round 1 to Caroused. Round 1 to Caroused.
Wait, why
All
is
right,
there a
let's go.
poll? Who did the
Who just
poll?
recap?
Oh no.
I thought Asher was doing it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, are you doing it? I'm sorry.
I mean, if chat wants you guys to do it, I would be more than happy to listen to Brea give the. If chat would happen to vote for Brea. To
No.
do the recap, I think. Brea
I
would be
love
a
the
great
totally
resource.
unbiasedness of
No.
Have you guys ever heard of the La Brea Tar Pits?
Asher's not even
Also,
an option in
Southern
there.
California.
Oh, he talks the most all the time. That's why.
Right, I know it was you. I know it was you.
So even split.
I only see
Oh, I
one
need to
Rolly
roll
right
again,
now.
don't I?
I've only seen Caroused and Brea. That's all I see.
No, like I physically cannot.
Because.
Am
Oh,
I
oh,
counting
that's
right?
why.
That's,
Oh,
that's
okay.
1 to 1, right? Is that 1 to 1? Am I blind?
What?
'Cause I-
What? Wait, what?
One's
What?
one. Yeah.
Okay. 1
Yeah.
to 1. One round each. Oh, Marvel.
Why physically can you not?
What?
You honestly
so
don't remember
confused.
last week, do you?
No.
I do. But I
Oh, wait, you
didn't
weren't asking
take
me
a whole
that,
lot
you
of
were
part
asking
in
Mother
it,
Trucker?
so like it's not like I don't have details in my head right now.
Were you
I
asking
know
me?
what happened.
Events
Like-
occurred of importance.
I was
But the
only
details
there
aren't
in
important
presence
as-
pretty much last week.
I was spiritually present, but not physically.
Oh, I got a D20! I got a natural 20!
Oh,
You
wow.
did get a natural 20, and that would be round 1.
Yep.
And then, so 2 to 1. Right, this is your time. It's your time.
What?
Whoa.
Actual.
I don't know how I just rolled 2 D20s in a row.
Yeah, that's
A
called
19,
cheating.
a 2, and 2 20s.
We call that, I don't know, fucking around and finding out. Like, I don't know. All right, Bray, it's your chance.
You could still tie it up with another natural 20 here, Brea.
Get a little 20. You could do this.
There's no way.
Could
No.
happen.
There's a 1 in 20 chance. You could have done it.
That's good.
Why? I
You
really
won.
do not want to do this. I really don't want to do the recap.
Oh, I'll do the recap. I don't care. Do it.
So don't vote for me, Chad.
Oh, yeah, you got the most votes though.
If there's
A
anything
vote
I've
for
ever asked of you,
Potaytosaurus
it's
is a vote for us.
vote for anyone else other than me. Please.
To be fair, like Yuki and Garmy had the two biggest parts in last week.
Exactly, which means we spoke the most.
Which
So
means
we're giving you the floor
more
now.
details.
Thank you
That's
for
not
being on
how
my
it
side.
works.
You know more details.
Now time for Yuki and Karoust
Uh,
to do their rollies.
oh
Oh.
dear God. Okay.
If you keep rolling 20s, I'm gonna have to delete your account and start again.
Impress
The
us with a
one day
D1
that
now.
I get good rolls.
Oh my God! What? This is like complete opposite
What
side
is
of the
happening?
spectrum.
It
The
be
first
with
time-
a 6. A 6. Will it be a 3-peat? That will be. Is it gonna be a streak? Come on, I believe you could come back from this, Yuki. You could come back. Oh, hi, baby.
Ooh.
Dear God. Okay.
4. All right, it was a good try though. It was a good try though.
That was,
I-
that was
you know,
the
let's-
opposite of a good try.
But come on, I think that we should give Karouse some. You had 2 D20s in a row. Like
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
Oh yeah.
she's like, whatever. I knew. She's like, I know.
She said, well,
whatever.
yeah.
Just fuck taking it easy on you guys most of the time. Do this all the time if I wanted to. All right, so we're gonna do ours. So, Karouse, would you like to go first?
What the fuck?
Fucking kidding me
Wow.
right now? Fucking, what is this
Your
shit?
dice are hot tonight.
I don't know
I don't
what
know
this
what's happening.
is.
All right, 1 to 1.
Oh,
And she
opposite
got
side.
jinxed
Opposite
me.
side.
Wow.
You jinxed me.
What are the odds? So it's what, 1 to 2? 2 for me, 1 for you right now, right?
I think, yeah.
2
2
for.
to 2. 2 to 2 first. We got 2 fers, right? 2 for 2s.
Ugh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Didn't quite make it.
So close. No boons for anybody. No, I'm just kidding.
I
So
really-
I think just because we didn't really get a chance to use it, and I didn't write it down, so hopefully somebody else fucking did. I gave it a level 3 spell last week. Yeah, you could use the same boon this time. It allows you to, like, it was the blink, the blinky thing. Shit, what's it
Oh
called?
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember.
The third level spell.
Oh, we got a
That's right.
tie.
Yuki has that.
I was not gonna be the one.
Oh.
Lord, what do you mean by an event? I've asked this before. Maybe you didn't hear. What do you mean by an event? So who gets the boon then?
I will allow you as a group, even though there's only 2 of you who could. It would be a tie at most. Would you guys like to be able to choose who gets to use it? You get to use it once. Once you give swapsies, it's just.
Remind what the
It's a
boon
person.
was.
It
You
was
can,
the
like-
ability. Mother Trucker just she brought it up. Hold on, let me go find the. Let me go find it. Hold on a second.
You guys,
That was-
since you got a tie, you should try to do the recap like 1 word at a time.
I'm good.
No.
Just go back and forth.
I'm good.
It was the 3rd level spell Blink.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, Yuki could probably make very good use of that.
You
I
could
mean-
also make good use of it, but Yuki would probably be the better person to have, to be honest.
Let me just Google that real quick to see exactly what it does.
If you hit Control Space, you can bring it up inside the game. Remember, you can do the search thing. Control Space, type in Blink, and you can just click on it, and it will show you the spell right there. So you don't have to go switching out to Google.
Wait, was it Control Space?
Yeah, if you're in the browser window, hit Control Space. It pops up a little
Oh.
search bar in the middle, and you just type in Blink, and
There we go.
the DDB version is perfectly fine.
Ooh, okay. I like that. So Lord has a prompt for us. If we're
Ooh.
all in for that. Yes, maybe no.
Like while we're
Like just right now. Just to warm up.
A strange man is approaching us. Do you want to take a strange token?
Are you guys cool with that?
I mean, I
know.
can.
Yeah.
We can.
Not to be part of the campaign, just like a.
Yeah.
Just to-
I mean, it's fine. I'm
if
totally
not,
fine
we
with it.
don't have to. That's why I'm asking.
I could make it
Seems
part
like
of
a
the
neat
campaign
idea.
for a small thing.
Okay, so the prompt is: a strange man is approaching you and asks, "Do you want to take a strange token?"
No.
That's
He's like,
it.
hey
Just no.
kids, you want a token? You want to look at my jacket, see if I got a token right here? I got a
No,
token
I'm
for
good.
you.
No, thank you.
No,
I'm not
thank you.
taking
You want-
anything from anyone that sounds like that.
You don't know if it is cursed or not.
It's
Your kids, you want some
strange.
candy?
Yeah, it's too much strange going on.
Come close to this man. I got some candy for you.
I feel like this is one of those stories where where all
I
the
mean, but
urban
also
legends.
like maybe.
But what if you were at
You
a
don't-
fair? Like you don't know what the area or the situation is.
Am I alone? Are we all traveling together?
You
Is
have
this
what do you think? Give me a situation.
if Garmy is traveling alone, probably just keeps walking.
Yeah,
Ignores
I
this
agree.
person.
Yeah.
I
Like I'm
agree.
just being
Because-
completely realistic. Like, no, thank you.
Well,
Now,
I
if-
mean, because he'd have to be a very coercive salesman, right? This is like the
Mhm.
rainbow vacuum guy coming to your fucking house, and he's like,
What
"Hey,
the
would you like to
fuck?
buy a vacuum? Because everybody needs a vacuum." Like, I imagine, I would want to see what's like on that token. Is it like on
Yeah,
one side of it?
like-
Is it Geralt in the bathtub? Right?
I don't know.
on
Do
the
you
other
have,
side of the
what does that
token?
look like, Husher?
You want me to go get my Geralt again? You want me to go get my Geralt? Throw my.
I
I
you
thought you were
enjoyed.
prompting because you had it right there.
Yeah, me
No,
too.
no, but I also bought a little Triss one or a Yennefer one also. I have a little Yennefer.
She's
like,
naked?
statue. No, I wish, but no.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, with a pair of scissors, probably could be, but it's just gonna look like plastic. It's not gonna be anything special, I don't think, under there. So,
look at his
not
little
with this
puppy
attitude.
face. Look at him. She's like hanging out the window right now.
Lord.
She's waiting for those little bastard kids to come back one day and get on your lawn. Like, Indy's ready.
And Gimli just wants cuddles because he's like, I ran this morning and I'm still fucking tired too.
So, I would be like, what's on this token, right? Like, somebody walks up to me, I have to want something. Like, I mean, are we getting on the subway?
A
And
token's
do
free.
you pay with a token?
The token's
right?
free.
Just a free token. Would you take the token?
What
I
makes the
would
man
probably-
strange though? Why is the man strange? Is it like a creepy kind of strange, or is it like a this person has an interesting outfit kind of strange, or like? Because if it's
I
creepy,
mean, if it's
I'm
just
gonna.
me and this guy, probably no. But if there's other people around, I mean, yeah. Give me a token.
If I was not alone, I'd be much more willing to engage with this person and investigate the coin. But if Garmy is by himself, he knows that a single person alone can easily mess him up, and he's just going to keep walking.
Especially if you try to use chromatic orb, because you never have luck with that
Yeah,
spell
right.
for whatever reason. Like, it's not
And
your
yet I
fault.
keep
Like,
trying. I just keep trying anyway.
It'll
sunk
happen one
cost
day.
fallacy.
One game.
But I mean, yeah, it would really depend on the situation, right? Like, it's a free token. Guy walks up and asks, "Hey, do you want a free? Hey, kids, you want to buy a free token? If it's zero, costs you nothing." Like, what's the? Yeah, I mean, it's hard to take something when you don't know. It's human
Yeah.
psychology, right? What are you gonna gain from it? Why do you need this token? So I would need the strange man to sell me on why I need this token, right? It's
Yeah.
like kind of like Jack and the Beanstalk, right? Like, you want to buy some magic beans? Fuck, do I know if they're magic beans or not? Like, but if you build something awesome's gonna happen if you get these beans from me.
He looks suspicious. Well, then no, I'm not taking the
Okay.
coin. I'm not taking it. No. If he
Are
looks
we like
suspicious, then
all
no.
together when this happens, or are we just like individual? If it's like all four of us, then
Let's say
if we're all
everybody
together,
Let's say everybody together.
then I'm
Yes.
probably gonna, while y'all engage in the conversation, I cast Detect Magic and see if the coin's magic, and if so, yeah, I probably then identify it, and then we choose what to do there.
Probably do an insight check to see if this guy
Yeah.
has any type of like suspiciousness that I would want to be on the lookout for, right? And I'd probably, if I was really getting feisty, I'd do a ready action. So if this guy does anything that appears to be at all offensive, I'm gonna smack the shit out of him in the face. Like that's what I would do.
Take the
Suspicious
anyway.
guy walks up and he's like, "Hey man, I've got this wooden token. I promise there's nothing wrong with it. Would you like it?"
I have this item. I promise it's not cursed.
Can't
Why
tell you
would you
for
mention
sure.
that?
I swear it's a benefit.
I hope this is going the way you thought it would, Lord of Lions.
This reminds me of a movie I saw. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm gonna
saw
spoil
that
it
one.
for you. It's a movie about somebody who comes up to your door with a box that's like wrapped, like a package, and
but
they ask
box.
you, "Do you want this box?" And or they're like, "I have a delivery for you," and you're like, okay. They come inside, they sit down at the table, they would take out of the box a button. And they say, if you push this button, you get $1 million, but you kill someone random in the world. Some random person that you don't know. You
How
don't
much
know
money
them.
do I get?
$1 million to kill a random You get $1 million and you kill one random person that you do not know in the world.
Oh, if I don't know them? Yeah, I mean that's pretty shitty, but like, I mean,
So here's
$1
what
million
happens.
seems kind of low though,
If
right?
you
It seems
if
like
you
low.
don't push the button, he leaves. You never see him again. If you push the button, he gives you $1 million and he goes to the next person and he says, "Do you want to push this button?" That next person does not know you. And as soon as they push the button, you die.
So it's random to you, but not random to the guy who's asking you to push the button.
Yeah.
Like he can choose, like, hey, you
The
don't
guy
know
is-
this person, but I do. I'm not going to tell you that I know him,
Yeah.
but if you press it, I'm often
So
the last guy who would
he only ends like the only people that end up getting killed are the ones that pushed the button.
fucked up. But there has to be a first though, right? Like there has to be an original person
Not really.
who did this before somebody. How? I mean, it's a chicken and the egg question,
And
isn't
somebody
it?
had to do it first. And
Somebody
will
had to do it first and made
Not
$1 million
Well, the
necessarily.
bucks.
person who made
Oh
the
no, I
button.
guess you're right, right? Because
Mm-mm.
when he went to the first person.
I mean, you're always going to be on the list. You never know when you're going to die.
But if I showed up right now, and I was like, "Hey, push this button. I'm gonna off somebody random," and I haven't talked to anybody else, and you were literally the first button pusher.
Yeah.
It's gonna kill some random person. Like you're gonna be the only one who offed somebody random.
I think it's more like you get put on a list to die later.
Well, yeah, but you
Well, you're
probably
already
will.
gonna die later.
I'm telling
you
you
prob-
how the movie is. I don't know the logistics of it. That's just how the
There's
movie
gotta
is.
be some type of crazy shit happening. I'm like, but in a mirror universe of yourself. It's kind of like I'm sure you've had this question. Would you rather be able to be invisible? If you could have one superpower, you could be invisible,
No.
right? Completely invisible. You can wear your clothes. None of this trickery of like, if you're invisible, you can't see shenanigans.
Cold all the time.
Or the ability to fly, but you're still mortal, right? You can fly at a realistic speed, but like if you go too fast, you're gonna take damage if something hits you. You can't just you're not Superman. All you can do is make yourself levitate and fly. But if you fall from a high distance, you die. Would you rather
What about
have
freezing temperatures when I'm trying to fly?
Yes,
'Cause I
if
mean,
you jet up to like 20,000 feet, you can't
Yeah.
breathe. Yes, you will die.
Yeah.
Like all you can do
your
is
ears
you
are
can.
probably
I mean,
gonna
but you.
explode before you get to that point.
Can
Well,
I
yeah, but
control if I'm invisible or not, or if I'm just invisible, I'm stuck as invisible?
No, you can control it. You control whenever you want. You could control
Well,
when you
then
fly.
I'm
You
probably
control
gonna
when you...
choose invisibility.
But and it's an interesting question because when you start to think about it, what are the uses for invisibility?
Steal
I'm
stuff.
gonna rob. I'm gonna steal money from rich people.
Sometimes
Well,
you
sure,
just
but
don't want to be
generally,
messed with. Like I want to
most
go
uses
grocery
of-
shopping and have no one talk to me.
That's
Just
fair.
spy on everybody.
I go to the grocery store at like 6 a.m., so ain't nobody fucking talk to at 6 a.m. when I go to the grocery store. But it's an interesting question when you think about it because like those two powers, there's not a lot of like good uses for I can be invisible whenever I want. right? It's always like I could sneak in, steal money, you know, turn
That's not
off.
true. Somebody's
Wha-
knocking on my door. I turn invisible.
I mean, yeah, true, but like most people who think about how they would use it isn't necessarily. I don't want to be bothered at the grocery store. Never mind that cart that's like walking itself down the down the aisle, just doing its own thing. Like, see that, Bobby? What is that? Oh, get out. But it's just an interesting thought experiment because I think both powers would be cool for different reasons. But like, who wouldn't want to just be able to jet up and levitate over? Now, what I always think about, and that is like, is that a trick question? Like, what's the caloric requirement to be able to fly? Right? Is it like Michael Phelps level of I've got to eat like 18,000 calories a day so I can like make myself levitate and move without energy? I just get into those weird kind of thoughts. But anyways, who's doing the recap?
Would you rather questions are so fun.
Would you rather
I guess-
do the recap or do the recap?
I guess I'll do the recap. It was tied between me and Potato, and I'll do it.
Big person.
Would it make you mad
Last
if I
week-
told you that I was the one who made it tied?
That's fucked up. I didn't vote. I abstained. I'm not gonna lie. I
I
abstained.
just
from
wanted to
voting.
tell you this now
I didn't
before
vote
you
at
do
all.
the recap.
I
In
voted.
full honesty, I also voted for myself.
If you do the recap, I'm gonna take my
So,
dogs out real quick
okay,
because they're
then yeah,
like begging.
then you can do the recap.
Last week, we left off the week before after fighting Yetis. We picked up right after that, made our way to the prison, the jail. We convinced them to let us meet with the prisoner 13, who had a terrible Jersey accent.
I forgot about that.
I was able to listen to her mind for a little bit while they were asking questions. She pretty much saw through any deception we tried to put through. Oh, we were honest with the warden about everything we were doing, except for our names. We didn't give any of our real names, I think, still. So they don't know who we are, but we were honest that we were using spells and interrogating her and lying to the prisoner.
Last
We
week we
interrogated the
learned
pris-
Husher shouldn't do accents. I
I
like the accent, to be fair.
I completely forgot New Here existed, which would have served my purposes much better than me waiting outside the door. But I did remember eventually, we listened in, we discovered that her tattoos were, some of them were written in Gnomish, some of them were magical. We knew some were magic, some were mind, I think. Mind and something else. Minds and telepathy.
I thought you said draconic. What do you mean gnomish?
Dwarvish. She had some of her tattoos written in Dwarvish, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yuki noticed that when we asked certain questions about the tattoos and the key, she would rub her right hand. I think it was.
Yeah.
It was the right hand. We tried to ask for permission to like sketch out her tattoos, and got turned down, and said they're going to bring it to the council. Before we left, I asked the warden, who was a mage, if she wanted to study magic with me when she got off duty, and she said she did. She would be willing. So, I think that's where we left it.
Okay.
Done. Recapped.
We
It
got
was
we got
dwarvish,
asked
it was
if
good
we
call.
got asked if we wanted to stay the night there, I think. Didn't we?
Yes.
Wasn't that
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's frigid and cold, and so she said that they would she would bring the council together, which she is part of, tomorrow, so that you could bring your case to the other counselors who were present, called the Absolution Council, and talk about what your plans were and what you wanted to do. And she felt it'd be best that she, even as the warden, beyond her decision, the Absolution Council be the one who would need to be brought in on it. And also, before I forget, let me bring this up here. I
Who's
made a
that?
nice little image of you for Marta right?
Oh wow.
The prison warden.
Oh,
Oh, she looks scary. Not gonna
wow.
lie.
Oh, she
She's
looks
beautiful.
awesome.
She looks
She's-
like she's turned someone's like organs.
No, she's
She-
human,
out.
right?
She is human. She looks like she has taken somebody's insides
She
and
looks
made them their
awesome.
outside.
Exactly. Like just complete. She just has that look about her. She's done
Get
something.
that 1,000-yard stare.
But she does it politely. That's what I.
Oh,
That's what I see.
I'm
Like,
really. She's Canadian. I'm really sorry I made you. You
so
made me do
sorry.
this to you, eh?
I'm sorry.
Really sorry about that.
Sorry, you made me do it.
Sorry.
Is my
Aunt Karen.
I'm sorry that my Joyzy accent isn't good for you. You don't want me to talk. You don't want her to talk like this no more. Prisoner 13, you don't get to have a Joyzy accent.
I liked it.
So when I go down, when I go to the casinos on the boardwalk, that's all.
We're doing it.
With your
Separate.
dog.
So yeah, so I put that one in there. So that's in your journal, right?
Thank you.
So you can see in your journal. Is the prison warden. So let's go ahead and well, let's Thien activate, which is different than Chin's activate, but you know, whatever. And let me bring up my other map here. So just as a reminder, yes, you do still have your boon. Continue it. Whoever wants to use it, I would it's kind of powerful, so you might want to vote when you want to use it and who gets to use it.
I had a question about it.
Yeah.
How does it work if you're not in combat? Because it seemed very like turn based in a sense.
We
And
can
I think
still
every 6 seconds.
Yeah, we would have to theater the mind what's happening every 6 seconds when you would need to do a roll, or if not. I mean, it's generally, I mean, most spells, like in this case, would be really best used during combat, which may or may
But
not
I don't
happen.
think there's any rule that says you can't use it outside of combat.
Yeah, it's just we just have to break the world down into 6-second increments, basically, or something approximate.
The only use I could see of using that specific spell out of combat was because you can appear 10 feet away from the space you vanished from. You could go through a locked door if you could.
That's what I was
kind of-
thinking about. And then we could unlock a door. That's the thought that came into my mind. Like if the warden's room or whatever was locked and Yuki couldn't pick the lock for whatever reason, but it would also be really useful in combat too.
Are we alone at this point? Have they left us alone after taking the prisoner away?
No, they have not left you alone yet. Sorry, I'm just bringing up my other copy of this. So they have taken Corda back to prisoner 13's cell, and the warden Marta, she directs everybody to be moved. And this is what I was just doing. She tells you that some of the counselors, excuse me, are actually there's only 3 other counselors plus herself. So, you know, at this point in time, it's like late afternoon, early evening, right? So she says, "Hey, look, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna have the guards escort you over to these other chambers because there are 7 people on the Absolution Council, and there's only 3 of them here plus me. So you all can use those 3 other rooms to spend the night, and then we'll meet tomorrow in the meeting room with the other counselors." So through the power of hand magic, if I can get this to work. Whee! Boom.
Oh, I thought
We're
those
just
were the
all crooked.
stables for some reason.
No, the stables are right here. So
Is this a different map? Am I going crazy?
no, it's the
No.
same one.
Okay.
It's just a different colored map. This one's more. The other one's like you can bring it up, like the blue one that's in the journal.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
we all
okay.
just like slightly crooked? Or 3 of us are.
yeah.
Yeah, like how did we all
Only
get
3
twisted?
of
Like
us.
I'm trying to figure that one out. Like I don't know how we got rotated, but like it happened.
I mean, I'm fine.
I know everybody's fine. Just turn your head slightly, tilt your head slightly to the left.
Oh, now it's
Um,
normal. No.
Yeah, that's a good question. How did? Oh, there we go. Oops. Oh, look at that. Woo.
How are you doing that?
Hold control and then click on yourself and then hold control.
Oh,
And then scroll-
look at us
scroll your-
all turning.
Whee, look at this. We're so easily amused. And to think that some of us can do math and some of us cannot right now. We're
Nope,
so
but
easy.
I can rotate my picture.
It's not working for me, and I'm upset.
Click on your picture first,
Click on your picture. Click on your little icon. I'm doing it for you.
Yeah, and then control. It's not working.
No.
and then
Hold
hold control and
and then
scroll.
scroll your mouse wheel.
Oh, all I had to do was hold
there we
control.
go. Nice perfection.
What?
Yuki's just gonna sleep upside down.
Now,
She's a bat.
as you were escorted over here, you know, there was a few other areas that you walked through, right? So, you know, you walked past like a room that was like basically the guard rooms, right, where the guards change out for their shifts, right? As you came down the halls, and then you know that the stables are like right across from you, right? So you pass through like this room, right? Pass through this hallway again. You came down this long hallway. Stables are here, and then this was like a guard's room, and then that led you into the mess hall, right? So as you passed into the room just north of where you're at, it put you in the mess hall so you could see, you know, the guards and everybody who were eating up there. So like right here.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Marta leaves you and says, hey, look, I have some other business. I need to go, you know, talk to the different guards at the watchtowers and check in and see how the other prisoners are doing. You know, mess will be served here for about another hour if you want to eat food.
Oh,
But
do you have potatoes?
The guards will want you to stay in this area until we come and get you tomorrow. So please don't try to leave.
What time should I expect you to come by so we can study magic later today? You mentioned that could be arranged.
She said, I don't know. We'll try today, but it's already late, so we'll see if I can get through my rounds talking to the other guards before. So it might have to wait a day or two. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the council tomorrow. And then she just kind of gives you a polite, curt nod with her regal expression and pivots on foot and walks out and leaves you guys alone in those rooms.
So we are alone in our rooms.
We're just gonna drag you guys down here to these couple like down here. There's basically 3 rooms that you can use, right? So you can use these 3 or 4. But yes, you are alone. There is nobody there. And I mean, this is again the same sort of stone. It's a little bit more comfortable, right? Still warm. You can feel like little hearth fire, you know, heated walls. But these are just the private quarters where the Absolution Council stays.
Are there windows to the outside?
No, there are not.
No windows. Wow.
I mean, it's a prison, man. We don't want that many.
I thought the guards
there's-
stayed in there. True. We still don't want people breaking out, I guess.
So there's a bed in each of the rooms, a desk that has a chair, a single chest, and some hooks on the walls for hanging clothes. And there's basically a continual flame spell that's running in each room that you can turn on or off with the word lights.
That's fun. If I shout it really loud, will it turn off everyone's lights?
Right.
Like the
I
clap
mean-
on.
No, you
I
have
guess
to
I-
clap very specifically in just the right.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Tempo.
say no. Like, sure, I guess you could.
Once I'm sure we're alone, how sure am I that there's not like some eavesdropping going on in our private rooms? Maybe some eavesdropping magic or something. Would I be
Or,
able to
like,
figure that
what if
out with
there's-
detect magic?
Yeah, I would say I would say detect magic will let you determine if somebody's magically listening to you.
Sure.
Can
I
you
will-
also tell if she's using like an alarm spell? If
Yeah,
you use
detect magic would pick up that too. Yeah, if there was something like
Okay.
that.
I hold off on people to start talking, and before we do that, I will ritually cast detect magic. So it'll take 10 minutes, just to make sure that we're clear.
So you don't detect anything after your 10 minutes have passed. You don't
Cool.
detect any magical spells or anything else. The
I
only
think-
thing that you detect magically is that faint scent of magic that emanates from Caroused, and a I don't know, a pungent, cloying, dimmer nastiness of whatever's affecting Silent.
Uh-oh.
Got it.
Remember the old murderiness
From your
that you
sword.
feel?
I thought it was the sword.
It is,
doesn't
but I
have a
mean, you're
sword
still kind of
anymore.
tainted too. I mean,
Oh.
Okay.
I let everyone
Interesting.
know that I think we're safe, that we aren't being listened to. I was hoping to distract her this evening so that we could turn Yuki invisible and she could go rifling through her stuff and see if there's already notes on the tattoos. But I think maybe, since I'm not sure that's going to happen, we wait until late. I can still cast invisibility on you. You can go study her tattoos, maybe sketch them out from a safe distance if you can. And maybe if you feel safe going into her room, maybe you can, but I would be careful because she could have magical alarms. But if we want more information, I'm probably just going to spend the day studying the notes of what I took from what I've already studied. And you can see I sketched out really quickly the tattoos that I could to see if I can start to understand the magic of the tattoos, if like it's just mind and telepathy or if there's more to it, especially on the arm that Yuki pointed out.
Are they not gonna expect us to do some kind of magic-y thing around the while we're here?
Does,
Are they
does
not
she,
gonna like prepare for that?
Oh, they're going to. So whatever we do, we have to do carefully.
you think she's suspicious of us?
Uh,
He definitely knows that's not my real name.
Are we
Oh,
talking
that's
about
true.
Marta?
You did lie to her.
Or
Yeah.
or are we talking about Corda?
I'm talking about Marta.
Okay.
I forgot we did lie to her about Garmi's name, so she probably knows we're trying to
Well,
hide something.
None of us gave our correct names, correct?
I didn't
Oh,
give
true.
anybody my
ain't
name.
So all she knows about me is I'm using a false name. Other than that, I was completely honest with them. Well, not the prisoner, but with the warden.
I mean, we just need to be careful.
Agreed. That's why if anybody sneaks around, they need to be careful. And I can do invisibility one more time today, but then I am tapped.
sure. So I mean, it's about like I said, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Marta's left you, fucked off to go do her just warden things. Hashtag just warden things. And so you're up to your own devices until the morning. You know, and just a reminder, there are guards positioned throughout the prison. There's the central structure where they can do surveillance of seeing all the cells. There are guards that patrol throughout the building at regular intervals, which, I mean, you don't know because you haven't been trying to reconnoiter.
To what?
You haven't done any recon to try to time how
Oh.
often the patrols were.
If anybody's gonna sneak around, I think it should be Yuki. I could give Yuki my familiar, and as long as you're within 100 feet of me, you could send me a signal through that. But you'd have to be within 100 feet still.
We have to measure that first, then, right? Is there any way, any method that any of us
Oh yeah, by the way, the
that
scale is completely off because I didn't fix it.
that could well, that should be way longer than 100 feet.
So
huh?
yeah, no, that's totally
Totally 61 actual feet. I'm
so
like, hold on.
totally.
That's like 61 blocks, so it's like 300 feet. Like, we all know how it is.
Yeah, that 100 feet's easily the entire map, right?
Is there any method anyone has to be able to like make some sort
50
of a
feet is this.
copy
This
of her
is 50
tattoos?
feet right here.
Yeah, that's about what I thought. What'd you say?
A method to like make a perfect copy of her tattoos. I don't know if anyone has anything like that. Whether
Would the cartographer be able to do that?
because I'm like looking through my inventory.
I mean, I thought Dr. Overdose didn't you have parchment and quill in your gear?
I do have like the stuff to like make. I have parchment, I have paper, I have ink. So I can like draw stuff out, and I can provide that to someone else who's going to take a closer look. But I imagine at this point I've already sketched out everything that I've seen. But whoever is, if we're gonna get a closer look, we might want to fill in the blank pieces and see if we've made any mistakes. And there might be notes that the warden has already about all the tattoos.
Question. Is this ink, are we just like assuming it's water-based?
I mean,
The
I
ink
think it's
in
just
her
normal ink.
tattoos, or the ink in like
The one that Yuki has in her bag.
I mean, I would assume there's water in it. I don't know a whole lot of ways to make ink, but sure, I think we could assume
Yeah,
that it's.
I don't know how ink is made either. So
So fuck it. Are there any inkologists in the chat? No, yeah, I'm sure it's actually going to be fine. Yes.
I was
don't know how
thinking
you can-
about Yuki like trying to get close to her cell, maybe while she's like asleep or something. What's her name? Corda.
Prisoner
And
13, Corda,
using
AKA
like
Corda.
shape water with the ink to try and like very lightly put the ink up against her tattoos and just like perfectly, and then I don't know, maybe bring it back
I mean,
on her
Anti
skin.
magic field. So as
Yeah,
soon
that's
as
what
the spell
spells are
enters the
anti-magic.
anti-magic, it's just your ink's just gonna go splash.
Okay, so fuck that plan. Okay.
I mean, it's very possible we can just draw this out, possibly with just if we just study it long enough. But it's having her be willing and still while we sketch it out.
Where was the tattoo again? On her hand?
She was
She got
covered-
tattoos everywhere,
in-
but she was rubbing her hand, right? Every time it would come up, you talked about the vault.
Yeah,
or
that seemed like the specific one she was like kind of twitchy about.
Would the axe dude, what's his name? Assbreaker?
Baron Assbreaker. I mean,
Would he
well
have a
known as
picture
the
of her?
Ass-breaking clan.
Would he have a picture of her by chance?
I mean, a portrait if they would have made one. That's not, but no.
Mm.
I mean, she's kind of hated, so maybe there is like a little sketch somewhere of her. But I mean,
Not like a photograph.
oh no, not at all. No.
Oh.
And I doubt
Wouldn't
if her
she have, like,
tattoos were
a
that.
photo of her if she's in this prison, like to know what she looks like?
I mean, there's
Do they
probably
mug
not
shots?
photography methods in the
But
Forgotten
maybe
Realms.
there's like, well, I mean, we have a map that we can just open whenever we want of this prison.
True. I mean, there could be some type of magical way
Maybe
of
she has a
capturing her
file?
image,
magical imaging system.
but there is not one. Yeah.
I can imagine a magical imaging uses special chemicals, maybe alchemy, and it detects like magical energy coming off of something. You know, like maybe a light rays of some sort onto like this
We're bringing out
chemically treated paper, and then an
CAT
image
scans, Forgotten Realms CAT scans and MRIs.
chop her arm
But I would say
off.
yes. I'm sure it's magically possible, but there aren't any images like that.
Just chop her arm off.
I literally just described a real photograph.
I know, right? Where image light bounces off and hits a chemical, and it causes the color pigment to change. So Corral says, "Cut her fucking arm off." I like
Skin
it.
her while we're at
Then
it.
maybe we should make Carouse invisible then.
We either
chop
go
the
in
arm off.
there and we tell her, or we ask her what her tattoos say, and if she doesn't want to tell us, we tell her that we're gonna cut her arm off because we need the tattoos.
On one hand, while the thought of
Can
breaking
I interject
into
for a
the-
moment with this plan? I'm just throwing it out there. This is not like a total party kill warning. This is they took all of your shit and you have a
Yeah.
dagger.
Yuki
Like,
has a dagger.
Yuki hit her dagger, but you don't have any weapons. I mean, you could chew her arm off.
I have a
guess.
dragon that could bite her
You
arm off.
could. You do have a dragon that you could summon. Absolutely. You could try to chew her arm off. Absolutely.
and
That's
what-
it.
Right.
I do have a question though, because there's
Mhm.
magic fields. If I summon my dragon outside of the magic field, can the dragon go inside of a magic field?
I would say, as a summoned creature, probably yes. In this case,
Okay.
I would allow it for your character. Yes.
Are
I don't
we
think it should
considering
give
this?
your. You wouldn't. I don't think you'd be able to summon your dragon in the anti-magic
We
field.
could also just like poison her or like put her to sleep, right?
Sure.
Well, we'd have to, these all assume that the council lets us do this, unless you plan on breaking her out of her cell and fighting through peaceful guards just to chop her arm off.
I mean, we wouldn't be chopping her arm off if we were breaking her out, though. Because then we would have her.
Still, we
we
have
wouldn't
the
need.
dozens and dozens of trained guards.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the law will be hunting us until they finally capture us and put us in those prison cells.
Okay, so you can just try to go invisible and make another drawing of the tattoos.
Yeah,
Would you
from
like
a
to go
distance.
now? Or would you like to wait until after hours?
I would like to see how she's reacting in her cell after all
What are you
that.
talking about? She just wants to play some cards. She wants to do some gambling at the casino. So she's just here in a cell, just having some downtime before she gets back out there.
I can't do
You'd
it.
only-
I can't.
You'd have an hour. Could give you an hour. Just take it whenever you want it.
I mean, and you know there are different ways you could approach this, right? And I think it's trying to figure out which one you guys all want to agree on, right? You can try to do the waiting game. You could try to talk to her now.
Well, I think she's not gonna want to do anything while the guards might be able to see her, and if she does anything, it would be after less people were paying attention.
I don't think she's gonna want to do anything. Period. For us, anyway.
No, I'm talking about just like in her cell, like reacting to.
Oh, okay.
An invisible watcher.
Yeah. Which I think she knows about too.
If she sticks her hand outside of the cell, I can use magic. What happened?
I was just sitting there. I'm sorry. I was remember silent earlier when we were talking about smells, right?
Oh my God.
And no, and I'm sitting there and I'm thinking like you're invisible, just like sitting outside of her cell, like. I'm sorry, the image just made me laugh, right? Like, I wonder what she's doing in her cell right now. You're just sitting there outside, invisible, just like, man, you smell. You know, like it just hit me, and I just started laughing, and I really saw had nothing to do with it.
If she sticks her hand outside of the cell, we can use magic on her hand, right?
I would say
though, right?
probably
Like we turn the
yes.
magic field off when we open the door, right?
They'll see the door open. I don't know if we
Yeah.
want, because
So you
it's
can't
like
just stick her
surveillance.
arm out. It would be like her
But then,
whole door's open, and
then
there's
again,
no
if
magic
she
field.
sticks her arm out, they'll see that too, I guess.
I mean, probably nothing. There's probably no rules. I mean, I don't know. I haven't made up any, but there's probably no rules if she's sitting there and she just wants to hang her arms out the bars, right? Like the guards are probably like, oh, okay, whatever, man. She ain't doing nothing, and they're probably just gonna. I mean, it's not a completely sealed shut barred door, right? It's like it's a door. It's got hinges.
I imagined it
got
like Star Wars, like laser.
just like a solid
doors.
wall door kind of thing.
Like you can see through the doors, but you can't go into them. They like knock you back. They're like a hologram almost. I don't know.
Yeah, these are have an anti-magic field. No, I mean no, that's great. I know. I appreciate you telling me how you pictured it. I imagine these as like think of it like I don't know
Force field. Yes, thank you, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, just think of it just like it's just like a normal prison. If you're watching like I don't know Prison Break or any other prison thing,
Gotcha.
so there are barred doors. The guards can see in. The magic doesn't work inside of it, right? But if you open the door, the magic works. The magic field turns off, right?
Mm. But wouldn't she be able to just like stick her arm out of the door and do magic then?
Depends on. I mean, here's the question. That's the ephemeral question here. Like, is that one tattoo, if it's here, is it actually linked all the way across to different tattoos on her body to work? So will copying this piece be it? Which will answer your question, right? If she sticks her hand out, like, does magic just work? We'll find out, I guess. I have an idea, but I can't really say it. I guess my answer will be... It
depends.
Only here on Potaytosaurus FM, live on Twitch.
Well, currently, I don't have any plan that I feel 100% certain about.
Yeah.
The only thing I can be certain of is that studying those tattoos will get us our answer eventually. It's just, it might take more time if we go through this council.
Stop it.
I'm sorry.
I just hear you
I'm gonna ask
whispering
a question.
Monster Energy
I'm asking a
drink.
question. This I know, right? Like, man, I am so parched right now. Like,
Send them the clip and like go for it. But I'm not gonna. I won't be contacting them. If you want,
I want to ask
you
a
can send
question.
Pure
them.
and
Monster Energy. Please sponsor us and
Send
send
them
me
the
and
clip.
Hunter.
Send them the clip. I'm sure they would love to if you just send them the clip.
This is a
Send
meta
us
question.
Monster.
This is a question for all the players, not the characters in the game. Are we afraid of making the wrong choice? Do we feel like there's a right and a wrong? Remember how we
Yeah.
spent
No, I
45
think-
minutes asking about a door? Remember the whole 30-minute
Yeah.
door conversation?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying just cut
We're
her
gonna have
fucking
to
arm
wing
off.
this,
'Cause I'm...
no matter what.
I'm
we
just
do.
asking if
I
we're in that same
feel-
position, right? Like if we're in that same
Yeah.
position right now.
I feel there is the wrong choice of just resorting to violence here. The right,
Yeah.
but I think that we can sneakily get this just as easily. That's the quick answer is sneakily grabbing it. The long answer, and probably the correct answer, is doing it through the council. Because we can't fight our way through this. There's just no way.
Here, let me, I'm gonna, okay. So you hear footsteps traveling back down the hall, click, clack, click, clack. And it sounds like the distinctive gait of Marta, the prison warden. And she walks down the halls and she says, you know, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know you all are resting. You had this long journey. She's like, but you know, we're gonna bring the council in tomorrow morning, you know, very early, probably be 7, 8, you know, very early. She's like, however, regardless of what they say, you'll be able to stay here for 2 nights. And then you have to leave. That way you can, I know your journey was long, you need time to recover, we can provision you some stores. But tonight's your first night. You'll be able to spend tomorrow night here as well. But after that, the morning after, you're fucking out of here, okay? And then she says, but make sure you have some food. And then we'll meet tomorrow morning. And then click, clack, click, clack, click, as she fucks off to wherever prison wardens go. Okay. So that way, I want you to know you have time to try multiple things, at least a little bit of time. And yes, I guess there could be let's put it this way. There's no right or wrong. There's like probably good and then possibly suboptimal. But they're all going to work out one way or the other, right? Like there's degrees of success. We're all here to have fun. And if it requires that, I mean, because look, let's be honest. Silent has been trying to fucking steal somebody's extremity for so long now. It doesn't even matter if he just cuts it off. Doesn't even matter at this point.
Yes.
Like
'cause-
arm or a leg.
The only concern there is if there's part of the tattoo that's like on her back. That's like the key part of the tattoo.
You know,
that's,
let's
like,
just skin her. Let's just take all of her skin
Let's
and
just
go.
skin
That's
her
it.
alive. We'll
Weird.
just do a
And
nice
then-
proper incision along the spine and just slowly peel
So-
it all off.
That surveillance room that's like right in the center. Is it possible I could get in there and just disable the surveillance for X amount of time?
So kind of think about that one for a second. I'm not going to tell you no. I would say that there's a high likelihood. This is sort of meta knowledge. Fuck it, find out. Let's go. I mean, why not? I don't want to like spoil anything for you.
Fuck around and
But-
find out.
Fuck, catch his head, you little dwarfy bastards. Like, yeah, I mean, you could find out. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
let's
we
just put it
could-
this way. It is absolutely a sensitive location that probably has a benefit of trying to get into.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess if we have multiple nights, I could at least just go invisible this night and like look around and see what the possibilities are once I'm there, and then report back if I don't think it's breachable.
Yeah,
You
you could
tell
use
me
this time.
when. I'll make you invisible. You just tell me the
Probably
word.
eat first, so it doesn't.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Yuki just eats whatever she can.
What about the whole like medical wing thing?
Yeah, that's when we were gonna break her out. I don't think we should do that.
No,
mean,
I
still
want to
think
stay
that
on
he-
the good side of these people, especially the warden. She seems scary.
Sure, but you
I
could
kind of want to see
explore.
if she'll teach me any magic too.
I mean, you might be able to explore during your 1 hour of visibility and learn about these other areas that might help propagate a decision.
True. Very true. Outside of the time that I'm going to be casting invisibility, Garmy is going to be spending every moment probably sitting out in the cafeteria with like whatever is the fantasy equivalent of a cup of coffee studying the tattoo notes he's already made, trying to see if he can uncover how any of these things work.
Sure. Yeah. So
Who
let
that?
me dump a couple of things in here for you, just so you can see them if you're going to be chilling out there in that room, right?
Were we told that we had to stay in our rooms?
Well, she said she could go eat, right?
But
Oh,
can we go walk around?
Well, I mean,
I don't think it sounded like she didn't want us to.
yeah, like not outside of this area would be the way that I think you would interpret what she said.
Okay.
So you can
What
go
about
up to like here to the
outside?
mess
Can I go
hall.
outside?
Oh, like back outside of the building? Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say that you could probably go back outside. Yeah.
Look at
Okay.
your shit.
Yeah, because there's guards here, right? There's guards here, guards patrol, that kind of thing. But there's no reason that she probably wouldn't allow you to go back in and out. Like I don't like to smoke indoors. I want to go outside. I don't really like to make my second hand smoke. She's like, will you fucking stop that shit? So yeah, if Garmi's up here, there's always a few veteran guards rolling around that are heavily armed and wear splint mail and look very, very angry. And they're dour and they talk in Dwarvish to each other, which obviously sounds like Scottish because that's what fantasy has taught us.
Oh gosh.
Right? Hey, yeah, how are you doing today? I'm not even gonna try Scottish accent. I'm gonna piss off. I've already ruined Jersey accents. So I don't want to piss off an entire national identity by accident. All right, so Karas, what do you want to do? She's like, steak. I want to have steak.
I don't know. Everything I suggest is quite brutal.
If you want to cut her arm off, Yuki will hand you her dagger.
I don't want to cut her arm off. I want to figure out what we're doing so we can do it. I just want to.
I was gonna go
move
take a
on.
peek at the surveillance. I know we've been here a while, but that seems like a good option for now.
I just feel like we're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to work with us at all, and I just don't want to get to the end of these 2 nights and then not have progressed at all.
I mean, there's magical items waiting. There's money waiting by getting this, right? There's gold,
really
copper, silver, magic items. Do we need to do the Violet Fun Guy to get the blood moving too? Let's do the Violet Fun Guy. That's what we do. Let's do Violet Fun Guy.
I'm gonna pretend that hand waving is what made me Yuki invisible. Okay, and we're gonna start.
The verbal and somatic component. Right,
I would have done the invisibleness in our private quarters, not out in the public cafe. I would have.
Did he detect magic and make sure this whole area is like magic?
Within the realm of his area, of his spell, he detected no magic other than Carous's faint magical
that's true. I remember now.
coin,
Okay.
and the curse that seems to be kind of attached to you, like a little parasite.
So let's see. Okay, Yuki's invisible.
So
what's the
let's
best
move
way?
slowly and explain to you what you see. So you've taken the invisibility spell. I'm assuming we're gonna retcon a bit. Garmi's like, poof, you're invisible, and you're like, hell yeah, brother. And then now you're off to.
Garmi, are
And
you
I now
New
have.
here?
Question.
Yes, New here is with you.
Are the showers in their cells? I'm assuming they bathe. That would be a great opportunity
We're hoping.
Well,
be a
fantasy
pervert
prison.
and also get her tattooed.
Fantasy prison. Do they bathe?
And when they bathe, are they just in full view of the guards walking by? Because that sucks.
I mean, I would assume.
Yeah, I will make sure that New here is somewhere in Yuki's robe, so it's part of the invisibility, if that's possible. Otherwise, there's just a lizard floating in space.
Lizard.
So there is and I mean, let's just put it this way: there are what's the term? A privy, but you haven't explored the prison. All you've explored so far, other than the areas that he's told you on that map.
But we know
And
where
we-
the
and we can bring
privy
up the
is,
other map,
right? 'Cause we
too.
have the map in our head.
You have the map in your head, but I mean, there's only so many details that Varen Assbreaker could give you.
There's a
Are the rooms
guard
labeled?
tower.
Do we know that there's a privy?
Well, let's bring it up.
Yes,
And
yeah.
yes, you do.
It says Privyana. I just didn't know if the
Yep.
map that was in our head is the same.
No, yeah, the map that you have. Yep. So I mean, you see, there's a
Okay.
bathroom, there's a courtyard, right? There's the stables, the counselor's
Yeah.
chambers are where you're at. There's the mess hall and the guard tower. The kitchen's right there. Now you don't know what every room is, obviously, but yeah, you know the surveillance room's there and where prisoner 13's room and stuff is. So, and remember, he told you those dashed lines are the patrol routes for the guards when the guards cycle in and out and patrol around. So, and you find yourself, Yuki, in the mess hall, right? Garmi's obviously sitting there just like preening on his beard or whatever gnomes do when they're trying
writing in his books and studying his notes.
Trying to act nonchalant, right? You know, it's a big room, tables and benches to kind of fill it, right? There's dishes and cutlery stored in cabinets along one of the walls, and you can tell by the fact that Garmi's been sitting there, nobody cares if he's in this room. However, thankfully, I mean, I guess the next struggle you're gonna have, and I'm just kind of spitballing this one. They can open that door without anybody noticing.
That's what I was about to get to next. Yuki's invisible. She was just gonna whisper to Garmi to make some kind of excuse to head outside. Let me use this, like this way, to open the doors as she goes. And I don't know, maybe he can.
I mean,
pretend to
I could
have
do
to
that.
smoke,
I could just say
or
that
I'd
I'm
like to
gonna
check
go.
on the dogs.
I could just say that I'm going outside. I need some fresh air, you know.
And then the guard route also does eventually come back into that one room, like to the right of the entrance down there. So if I could just wait for one to come back through there, I can slip through the door when he comes back.
Say that one more time.
We'll slip back inside the door when the guard comes back around on his route.
You're gonna try to like, ooh, okay, that's
Carouse.
gonna be
Slip out with carouse, so that's easy. But slip back in with a guard.
That'll be kind of the difficult part for sure.
You don't have to go all the way out with carouse. You can kind of go to that middle hallway.
Once Yuki's right here, then there is still this door she'll have to open. Or Karas can just pretend she got the doors mixed up.
I'm gonna populate this for you as you go, right?
I could just go. I could go this way and then open the door,
Pretend
and
she got the
somebody
door
would
wrong.
be like, "Oh, that's not the right way to go outside." And
Look at
as I'm
us.
opening it, Yuki slips through.
Sure. So as you pass through that room, right? This room right here, right? That's the guard room. There's 3 guards in that room, right? They're sitting there at a basic table, right? 2 of them are playing cards, right? Some type of card game. They're just kind of muttering in Dwarvish. Either of you speak Dwarvish? Because I don't remember off the top of my head.
No.
And one of them sitting there just like sharpening his weapons. I can't wait to kill something. Right, they're just sharpening their weapons and shit. But as you go into the hallway, there is, Dwarvish.
Yeah.
So you would have heard as you pass through on your way, a couple of them are playing cards, just kind of talking shit to each other. And the other one was just sitting there kind of mumbling about how like crappy the weather is and how cold it is and the place really kind of sucks. That's what you would have heard as you passed through that guard room. But you did notice as you passed through on the north end of this room, right here, there was a large iron lever plugged into the floor. A little crank lever.
Oh. Do we have any clue at all what it does? No.
Nope.
Oh, that's
Pull
so
the
tempting.
lever!
How
It's
much
like a big
strength would
red
it take
button.
to-
Rush it and pull the lever.
How much strength would it take to
Pull
use
the
something
lever,
like that?
Croc!
Wrong lever.
What was that,
How much
Carouse?
strength would it take to use something like that? Like, would you need a ton of strength? Or
No, it's just a lever. It would be a free action ultimately,
Okay.
probably to use if you were like fighting in that room.
Would
just
it
to put the
break
lever.
invisibility if someone were to pull it?
Or if I tripped over it?
No, I
Or
mean
is
as
it
a
on
free
the
action,
ground?
no, I don't think it would. I mean, you're not getting attacked, or you're not taking damage or anything. So yes, you could probably use it, and it would be. I mean, there's 3 guards in there that may notice.
What if I was
sorry,
like
Craig.
walking through the room and I was like, "What's this do?"
I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
I think a trip might be like trip and fall kind of deal. But
Oh
Where is the
no!
lever on the wall?
Step
Suspicious.
lever, what are you doing?
Oh my god.
Right.
Is the lever on the wall or on the ground?
It's on the floor, just like a crank lever you can push
Oh
forward or pull
yeah, I'm
backwards.
totally gonna just trip over the lever then.
Yeah, it's up against the north wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna trip over the lever.
Oh God.
So
we
one of the
get-
dwarves pops up and he's like, "What are you doing, lassie?" Because he's Scottish. And they come over and they're like, "Are you okay?"
Why'd you
And they're
put a
speaking
lever
in
on the
common now.
floor? What is this thing even for?
Ah, don't you worry about it. We'll get it fixed. And then they kind of like shove you back the other direction where you came from. And then
Wait, did she-
after several seconds, you watch them reset the lever and move it the opposite direction. Now I will tell you with your perception, you don't hear anything near you that's operated by the lever, but there is something here operated by the lever.
That's enough.
You can hear like chains and shit moving out of the floor, gears and kind of thing, but whatever is being raised or lowered is not here.
here,
Now,
as in the room, or just the whole thing?
just like not within hearing distance of where you're at here.
Okay.
Right. Now I will now let's go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and let me bring this up real quick here just in
Damn,
case.
that's enough, dude. Thank you. Chill out, mini man.
I'm gonna show you this guy.
Oh.
Come on. All right. Do you see the map again here?
Yeah.
Look at the north end. There's an elevator just so like at the north by the dock.
Yeah.
There's like because this sits above the ocean, right? So there's like a 160-foot drop. So the elevator, the lever, I will say, I would intuit the lever probably causes that to go up and down.
From way back here.
Yeah, dude. Why would you want it all the way at the front?
Who designed this place?
Angry dwarves who like to walk a lot, I think. They like to get their 10,000 steps a day, okay?
Well,
Yeah, so they help you up. They're very polite to you, right? They're like, "Hey, be careful, elf lady who never gave us your name. Let me walk you back to the counselor's office or to the counselor's chambers. Unless you want to go back outside and have another, I don't know, some pipe weed or whatever."
Were we outside already?
No.
No,
We're
that's
in the-
inside.
In the room.
No,
I
you
mean-
guys are both in the room right now.
But
We
you're
never
still
went
invisible.
outside. We never took that step that we were talking about earlier.
Oh no,
Not
I
yet.
thought you had moved that way. I thought she was going back in to test the lever. Were we time traveling backwards? Because
Yeah, I don't know what step we're on.
We
That's why
time
I'm
traveled
confused.
backwards so that
Okay,
I could
so we
trip over the
retconned-
lever. We're
okay.
both in the room right now. We haven't left. And
Okay.
I'm about to say, don't you worry about what I'm going to do outside. I just need some fresh air.
Okay.
And
Well, there's
make
no
sure
need to
next
get
time
defensive.
you install one of these levers, it's
Nasty.
not on the ground.
So sad.
Ooh, they don't like you. Okay.
Ooh.
I haven't had any potatoes today.
I feel like I'm gonna have to make you do some type of charisma check if you're
Oh.
being rude to the little dwarfy guards, but not this time. So that oh, it's okay, Missy, don't worry, and they go ahead and reset the lever and everything, and your business is yours,
I
and your
mean, am I
business
not
is with
supposed to
you and the warden.
Am I not supposed to continue that, like, persona?
I don't think so at this point. I think as long as we keep our identities secret, I think we're good.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the like problematic teenager
Oh,
who
I
wears
forgot
black and
about
hates
that.
authority.
Too.
I forgot about that. You were
Am I
like
not
all
doing that
angsty and
anymore? I'm
shit.
really confused.
I guess
Oh.
you have to stay in character now since you came in with that character.
Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, it makes sense now. It makes
Okay.
Or did
I'm
you get
going
outed?
outside.
Okay.
Don't
We're-
let the
we're
door
busting
hit
that
you in
move.
the ass,
And-
Missy.
And I'm just gonna go out here and
Go lay down.
take go this way and open the door.
Wrong way.
And then kind of realize that it's not the door to go outside. So I'm just gonna kind of like peek my head in and look around because I can. Nobody's stopping me.
All right, so let's do a dice roll, shall we?
Uh-oh.
All right. I like to roll dice and not tell you what I roll. So give me 1 second here.
Are we doing private GM rolls?
No, this is me rolling. You don't have to do anything. Don't you worry.
You hungry?
So as you
buddy?
poke your head through, you see a couple of guards coming from the left-hand hallway walking around. I'm lazy, so I don't want to like move all of I don't want to make a bunch of duplicates. I'm just going to borrow these for a moment, Garmy. Don't worry. They're not really fucking teleporting across the map. I just don't want to make multiple
Holy
extra.
shit! Teleporting guards!
Hi.
What a mess.
Just Garmy like watch a guy's face through matter. Holy shit! All these dwarves are mages, dude. So
Finally
yeah, so
decides at that moment to become a guard here because they got some magic shit here.
So there's just guards then? Is that what you're saying?
correct. So you spot some guards that are moving towards your direction here. They're moving this way.
Okay, I'm just gonna pop my head back in and go outside.
Okay, so you're just going back the other direction now?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move you outside while you pet the Gimster.
He's hungry.
Even the mother trucker doesn't really know who Gimli is.
We didn't take our 6 o'clock break. I haven't been able to feed him.
Oh, do you want to take it right now? I mean, we're a little bit after. We can take our 5 minutes now.
It's up to you guys.
Yeah, let's do our 5 minutes. That way my hounds can stop harassing me too.
All right.
Restroom break.
Restroom break, bio break.
We're gonna take a quick
BRB.
break, everybody. We'll be right back after these messages.
ready to be delivered.
I ordered mine this morning, and I already had mine for before I joined.
I don't know what's
All right, we're back.
How many minutes has it been since I've been invisible? Like
All of them.
5.
5 seconds. It's been 5 seconds. I've only had one action.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because you were actually using your blink now, right?
We did not say that.
I did not use blink. No.
Okay, you just
It's
ghosted
been
through the
relatively
door.
quickly.
I have a question though. If the blink
Karas opened
only
the door.
moves me like 10 feet or whatever, like when the spell ends, right?
No, it's every round. Every round, I think
Get the
you
roll.
roll to decide if you go intangible or not.
So I can keep doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it depends
For like
on
a
your
minute.
rolls.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it's really good in a fight, because you pop out of nowhere, move around, stab some people, and then
Disappear again.
vanish again.
Oh my gosh. Maybe we should kill these guards. I'm feeling pretty lucky.
I mean, I actually gave you a bit of a spoiler, and I'll do it right here because I said it last week. There's like 75 total guards.
Yeah. There's
How
no
big
way we
is
can
my
fight our way
dragon?
through this.
It's tiny,
Not that
right?
big.
Okay.
We can do like the
Sorry.
chicken situation, where it's like if we get them all down a narrow hallway, maybe we can take them. I'm just kidding. Never mind.
Trying to dim my lights, make it all fiery. All torch lit and shit back here.
I
Little
mean,
prison
if I
action.
can level up, I could take out a good amount of them, but I doubt I'm going to level up.
If we get 75 in one tight spot, then Garmy can just nuke all of them.
They all agree to stand on the same 2 squares. Like there's
And then
laying
I
on like
said
like
fireball.
firewood. Yeah.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
All right,
Oh, I
so
think I'm
Karas is
actually gonna go
outside.
lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Ari and Mother Trucker and Bray are just gonna hang out and I don't know, fucking play music together while you guys are doing your thing. Karas is outside. Now,
Chit-chatting.
remember, the hard thing about D&D is like always remember, and this is what I like about this is like a problem-solving exercise, but you can also still assist each other, right? Nothing says you can't try to distract guards to help each other out or anything else like that, right? Now you do see this patrol coming by, right? So we're doing our 6 seconds. You used your spell, right?
Oh
Or
no,
no?
I didn't use
Okay.
blink. No.
We have not used the spell.
So
What
these
is
guards
that?
are just what?
What are you eating, Taylor?
Chocolate?
Ooh.
Where's our chocolate? You got enough
In
for
the
all of us?
pantry? You want some?
I got this for you, Silent. Coming in.
Oh, well, that-
Airplane.
What is that?
A Dorito.
Dorito.
Dorito, Cool Ranch.
Oh, I wish I had some chips now though.
Have Takis.
Come
So
on,
these
there it
guards
is.
are coming towards me or walking away?
Coming towards you. They're getting closer.
I mean, I suppose she could just like step to the side. You can't hear her because of her boots, so she'll just go
They
around.
might go
them.
that way though.
Well, I'm sure it's a large enough hallway for her to just like squiggle by.
They squiggle by through the door. They don't see you.
Mhm.
Okay. So Yuki's going to go into this open area and just start like taking peeks all around the like surveillance tower over here. Just gonna
I have a
take some few
question.
walks. Sure.
Do the guards have like walkie-talkies? So like hypothetically, if we were to lock them in that room, they wouldn't be able to tell anybody.
That's starting some shit. That's fucking around.
I'm just curious.
No, they don't have walkie-talkies.
Do they have a way of communication between rooms?
They have a way of murdering the shit out of you, probably, if you try it.
Just answer my question. It's just a question. You don't know if I'm gonna
Well-
do it or not.
Oh no. Well, I mean, if we're talking about the room where the guard room was that you were in earlier, there's another way out, right? You can go through this door. They go through this door. Then they go up to this
Hi,
other
dude.
door.
I know. I see you. Hi. Come on. Come
Oh,
on.
I'm sorry.
We're feisty.
No,
tonight.
they can't
He's just
they cannot
dancing under my
communicate to
chair.
each other. No, they can't communicate to each other telepathically or anything like
Okay.
that. So they have to physically go talk or yell or something.
Okay.
Can I, like, roll
I'm just
for
trying to
perception?
prepare if something ends up happening. I'm just trying to prepare. You know?
No, I'm with you.
Keep my peeps safe in whatever way I
Okay, so
have
you're gonna
to.
roll.
For perception just to see if I'd notice anything about the 3 doors on this surveillance column in the middle.
Yeah, that's fine. Hang on, I need to.
Hello. Hello, my happy man.
Hang on, I gotta roll for something else too. Okay, so you want to know about? Okay, so first you want to know about those. You want to know about this.
Just
Okay.
what does she see? Yeah, around that area.
Yeah. Hang on, I got too many tabs open and I'm getting lost. Okay. Let's see. So, I mean, they just appear to be normal doors from what you can see. You don't need to roll for perception. Your passive perception will tell you this, right? Hang on. My dogs are like losing their mind. Give me 1 second.
Like how his head just like flops to the side all of a sudden. He just goes limp.
He does it a lot. I don't know why. Hey.
Where he looks like a stuffed animal.
All right, sorry about that. So all you see from outside, right, is that there's just this hexagonal walls, right, with 3 doors. You don't see anything out of the ordinaries with the doors. And it just appears to be a tower that goes up above you.
Okay.
So that's like the base of a tower, right?
Prisoner 13 already kind of knows that we're not who we say we are. And there is a part of me that wants to like trust her a little bit to go and like try to get some information out of her and maybe potentially get some knowledge to get somebody to open these doors from the inside.
I mean, would it surprise you if this is actually Prisoner 13? She's just hanging out in her tub, just having a bath. Would that surprise you?
I'm like adamantly looking at the screen, trying to like wait for a pop up.
You know what?
Like a
Just-
picture.
Just to fuck around and find out. We're gonna go peek through her cell. And,
Okay.
Question.
Is this the right cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was it.
Question.
Yeah.
Once Yuki's in front of her cell, is New here still within my range?
Was it 100 feet?
Yeah.
Think it's...
I was trying to measure it out there. I don't think it is, but I figured I'd check with the official DMs since our measurement tools aren't
I didn't
working
fix it
right.
for scale. So apparently one square.
But what if
here
you went
is
into
about
the
2 feet.
kitchen? If you went into the kitchen, would it like right here? Can you go into the kitchen? Like that might be 100 feet.
Well, I don't think if it doesn't work from here, I just want to see if it does.
Yeah,
if it doesn't, it's not.
So 11 feet to scale here is what? About, yeah, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's about, so 10 equals 30, right? So if we get, I can't move my mouse. So no, that'd be too far, right? Because that'd be like 150 something feet, give or take.
I will have New here get off of Yuki and just kind of wander just to range.
Be about here, right? That'd be about 100 feet, I think.
What about? I mean, because it's so let's hold on. Because I can do.
That's about 50.
Could I get on the wall over here and still be able to like see into her cell?
No, just looking how the scale is, right? Because what this is.
Like, would that be about right? That feels like that's a little.
It seems like that's a little small, right? I think it's actually going to be a little bit bigger than that.
Rex
I would say at 100 feet. You know what? Fuck it, man. Round up. Close enough. Exactly 100 feet. Close enough. Right there. Boom. 99.83 feet, give or take.
Sure.
Okay.
I will I
Oh!
will.
Gimli off. Hey,
Second question.
Gimli
Will
off.
do I think New Here will
Gimli
disappear
off.
if he goes into the room?
You can't go up there, buddy. Rex is home. Sorry about the barking.
But I gotta think about that one for a second.
Gimli off. Gimli
You know what?
off.
It's out at the range anyway.
Hey,
Doesn't
off.
matter.
I think
New
he
Year's
would go
gonna
out of range if he
Gimli.
was to go into the cell.
Yeah. Just sitting. I'm gonna have you get off of Yuki and like just get down near the base, and I'm just gonna study every once in a while while I'm doing my notes. I'm just gonna look through New Year's eyes and see if I can't see bits of the tattoo and fix and correct my notes. Just any little leg up I can get on understanding those tattoos.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
And that's just where New Year's gonna hang out the rest of the night, so I can occasionally reference back as I work with my notes. That's all I'm gonna do.
Now, remember that you have the map, and again, just refreshing your memories. You can call that map up mentally. No one else will be able to see it, right?
Mhm.
And you can open a door by pushing. Like, I want to click that door and open it.
Wait, that's all the doors, or just the prisoner cells?
Just the one. Prisoner cells.
Oh.
All of the prisoner cells or just the one prisoner cell?
Any of them.
Okay.
But only one at a time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what is she doing? What are we seeing inside?
Hang on. I'm also stupid. Any locked door that's within 100 feet of you, you can click it on the map and unlock it. Doesn't have to be just a prisoner cell. Any of them.
Oh, right.
Nice.
But
If it
where-
happens to be one locked with the arcane lock spell.
Gotcha.
this place is under surveillance though, so if a door just magically opens, they'll see that happen though, right?
Possibly.
It depends. But yes, possibly. There is a high likelihood that somebody's going to notice if that door is like they're barely going to notice.
Oh yeah. So what are we seeing inside the cell?
What was the question?
We're looking at prisoner 13 right now, right?
Yep.
What is
She's
she
sitting
doing?
there. She's sitting on her really crappy bed. Just kind of laying there, not doing anything, very still. Just laying there on her bunk. She has no idea that you're there. You're invisible. You are smelling her, apparently.
Oh god, don't be weird.
Creeping outside her cell door.
But then again, what if you could just like whispered undress? I tried to see all of her tattoos. Like,
I mean,
Ooh.
Ooh.
you're trying to see her
What all is
tattoos.
that?
Is that what you said?
I don't
You
know. I
just
was just kidding.
whisper, "Show me your tats."
Did you already do all of your...
Flash your tats.
Flash your tats.
You show me yours, I'll show you mine.
I've had them already.
I mean,
Can you
there's
write
just
that
a
in Deeps camp?
I can't,
there's
like,
just
get my
a
arm
there's
up
just a
that high.
mattress,
It was-
right? An iron bunk bed with a mattress on it and a bucket. She's just sitting there on
Is
We're
there a
little
mop
late
laying
for
on her
too?
Mardi
bed.
Gras.
Sorry.
Yuki's gonna just talk, just very, quietly, making sure no guards are passing by when she does. She's gonna get Corda, I think that's her name, her attention. She's going to ask her if there's any way she knows how to get someone to come out of the surveillance tower. Like, has she ever done anything before to make someone come out of there to come and like check on her? Maybe, I don't know.
I'm going to need you to roll some type of check. Are you trying to persuade her, like charismatically?
I am trying to acrobatics her into telling me how to get inside.
Acrobatics, you
But you're
say?
still like an invisible person, right?
Yeah, But we've done this before. She already knows that we're not who we say we are because of the whole thieves' cant and all that.
I guess you could acrobatics the shit out of her. Like,
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna dazzle her with my invisible display of acrobatics that she can't see because I'm
Well,
invisible.
I've
I
got
just
that
did a
plus one
somersault. No, you didn't.
persuasion.
I'm juggling right now. You guys see that episode of The Office what he does with Will Ferrell where he does the juggling routine?
I'll do a backflip if you tell me how to get into the surveillance tower.
So, I mean, if you want to talk to her, and you want to ask her questions like that, you're gonna need to do a roll.
I have that plus one persuasion, I guess.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm nervous about this one. Okay. Dear God. All right. She's not telling us shit.
So she says,
Oh, it's supposed to be a blind roll. I'm sorry.
okay,
My bad.
fine.
I'll remember next time.
So she says, I guess, well, I guess you could probably do some type of distraction, maybe a smoke bomb or something, maybe something to distract those guys up in that tower. They're always up there watching. But she says, I don't know what you can do to distract them. I'm sure there's something you can figure out. But I know why you're here, and I know you want the key. She's like, I'll make you a deal.
Oh, I'm listening.
She says, the warden has a ledger in her office. Probably in her office. It contains all of the names, crimes, and the prisoner number of any prisoner ever incarcerated at Revel's End. Bring that list to me, and I will get you the key.
Can I roll for like insight to see if we believe her?
Yeah, you can roll for insight.
Oh, that's even worse than persuasion. All right.
Go ahead. And,
Oh no, wait! I forgot to do blind. I'm
I'm gonna let you blind roll that one.
I just said I wouldn't forget again, and then I did. Okay.
Oh, I do it all the time because I forgot to remind you. Don't make Yennefer of Vangerberg yell at you. She smells like lilac and gooseberries. You guys
I like
aren't
it.
Witcher fans, huh? All
You're,
right,
you're
whatever.
just showing off your collection today.
I got those two today. They bring me little bits of joy. I can look at them. Little bits of joy.
I like them. They're nice.
All right, that was your blind roll. So, she appears to be just being honest with you, right? If you get her the list,
Okay.
if you get her the list, she will give you the key.
How many minutes has it been? How long have we been invisible by this
I
point?
don't know, say 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm trying to open up the Rebel map again. Where is the warden's place?
59 minutes and 32 seconds. You better get moving. Oh, probably like 10, 15 minutes at this point. We would need
Is it on
to
a
check your
different-
handout. We need to check your handout. The warden's office is
Oh, I see it.
on
Level 2.
it's in the tower.
So does that mean I would have to go up the elevator?
No,
Are there
no,
no stairs?
you'd have to go up the central staircase.
Oh, so we do have to get
According-
inside of there.
It would be
Oh,
here, according
remember to
to.
scroll down on the map. Yeah.
Oh,
Garmin's
I always
got it
forget that's down there. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
right here, according to our map. In the far bottom. On.
Okay. So wait, but she said make some kind of distraction. So like
It
a
will-
rat. Does Zeke have anything like a smoke bomb?
What was the question?
Because she told me to make some kind of distraction to get people to come out of that tower so I could go
She
in,
was-
right?
She was giving you generic advice. I'm sure you could try to do some type of distraction to get people
Open
to
a
come out
random
of the tower.
cell door.
But
You could also
That's a
whisper
great
down
idea.
to New Year if you want him to do something. Do you want
hey,
us to
hey
do
Steven,
something
open
back
that
here?
door.
I mean, you opening a random cell door is perfect, especially if there's somebody inside of it.
I guess that works. Each and every one of these prison cells are filled right now, or are some empty?
You haven't asked yet. So, would you like to find out? Are we gonna find out if there's some prisoners? Hell
that
yeah,
was a
brother.
question. Yeah, I want to look
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, let's
Who looks the most barbaric?
who looks to be the biggest shitter of the group? Yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
Ah, you sure you want to do that?
Let's let that. Well, there are 75 guards in here who are apparently so strong. They'll handle him.
They're so strong.
That sounds like a challenge. Please don't do that.
All right. Man, okay.
Things said
Be,
to the DM
this is gonna
moments
be
before disaster.
this is gonna be such a fucking dice roll right now. All right, here I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and I never do this for you guys, but I'm gonna do it right now, so you can see the number. Okay, I'm not gonna write 30 fucking bios on prisoners right now. Okay, there's 30 prisoners in Revel's End, so there's 29 others. Okay, other than her. But we will we're gonna make one for you real quick here, right? So that's why I was showing you the number. There are 30 prisoners distributed throughout these cells, right? Some are single to a room, some are doubles to a room. So we wanna come up with a couple, right? So
Yuki wants to look for someone who's a single person who also looks like they would cause trouble if they got out.
like and ready to mingle or
Oh.
single, and they also too love Monster Energy drink.
Oh, I just had an idea, but I'm not there.
And you are not there. All right, so
But
Silent, can you roll me a 1d6 and a private GM roll again, or a blind roll?
Okay. 1g6.
Okay. So you look over, and in this cell appears to be a kind of tall, like what's the term I would use? Whipcord thin, very athletic, human female. Right? She's wearing her prison garb. You know, it's got like a hooded robe, like it's like, you know, cloth slippers without strings. And you see her kind of peering out through her cell door towards your direction. Right, she looks pretty strong. She looks pretty fit. She's just tall, like she's probably like 6'3", right? She's tall, black-haired, some streaks of gray, just like she's got some cannonballs on her shoulders, right? She looks like she knows how to move things that are heavy.
Okay,
but she's standing there, but she's kind of looking towards your direction. At first, you're like, is she looking at me?
Yeah, that's what's just about.
But you're like, I'm invisible, so like, what?
Jesus Christ. Stop it.
I'm just gonna Yuki's gonna take like 2 steps to the side to see if her eyes follow. Do her eyes like follow Yuki or?
No, but she still stares that direction, like she knows something's happening up there, but she can't see you. She has not detected your presence. She just knows something's weird.
Are any of these prisoners the type who just like to like run around and piss on things instead of like looking violent? I don't want her to come out and just like strangle someone.
Are you looking for crazy eyes?
Yeah, that's
crazy eyes.
Just the guy who just wants to like lick doorknobs or something. Just the weird one, not the dangerous one.
So you're like, you want another prisoner who looks like she's not gonna murder the shit out of everybody, but
yeah,
like,
I don't want to fight her later.
I don't want to fight her later.
She scares me.
So you do see in a cell, you spy across the way. You see what appears to be a short halfling, you know, just like, you know, lanky, kind of sort of curly brown hair, bluish eyes, who's just sitting there looking around, kind of just wandering and pacing. His cell sort of like, you know, anxiety, maybe doesn't like being pent up.
Well, I'm assuming he doesn't have any Can I do like an Arcana check to make sure just to try to see if he has...
He's in an anti-magic field.
I know, but if we open him, he'll be able to come out and do some magic, right? If he knows magic.
If he knows magic and has spell components.
So can I do?
Well,
an
that's
Arcana
that's
check?
the limitation. He doesn't have anything other than unless it's verbal and somatic, he won't be
Or
able
he
to
has
cast
magical tattoos.
Or he has fucking magical tattoos, which don't work.
Maybe I'm being paranoid. This might just be a door situation. All right, I'm just gonna open the cell door and then back the fuck up.
So the door opens up in front of him, and he's like, he kind of looks around, kind of quizzically, kind of peers, like sticks his head out. You know, like, what the shit, right? And then, you know, he kind of stands there, and he just kind of stands inside the door, crosses his arms like this, right? And he's like, he kind of mutters to himself, right? In common, he's like, that's new, right? And then now you can hear behind you, you hear the jingle jangle of armor and me not wanting to move a bunch of shit, and like some dudes, like a couple of dudes come out of the tower. They come through the doors, right?
Nice.
Right. And they come wandering down here. They're like, "What are you doing there?"
Oops. Yuki does a slippery slip and goes into the door when they come out.
Well, we're gonna need to do a couple of rolls here, okay? Because we need to.
Okay.
We got to figure out first. Now that the guards have arrived, you're invisible. It doesn't mean you're undetectable.
Oh, okay.
Right. Like, it's very difficult. But like, so we're gonna see if they notice anything, right? Askew.
At about this same time, can I spill hot coffee on myself and scream really loudly?
Freya, start performing.
I got my food out.
And
Fucking Star Wars music
like,
starts.
be outside acting like I'm locked out. Like, hey, can you help me get in? And I trip over the lever again. I thought I told you to move that. I didn't actually do any of those things.
We all just got
You
real
didn't try to
obnoxious
steal
at the
anybody's
same
leg
time.
this time. No leg stealing that occurred.
We're not staying a second night. They hate us now.
We are totally getting arrested. Oh, Husher, I'm just going to throw this out here because I decided this week. The false name I gave, I've decided the last name I gave is my ex-wife's maiden name.
What was it?
Crafty.
Sharpleaf.
Crafty. That's fucked up, by the way. That is messed up. Yeah, my name is this other name. So you gotta go find my ex-wife. You think she did this?
The name I used was Perry Sharpleaf.
Oh, right, I remember. Am I doing a stealth check?
No, so you're just invisible, so it's really like, how difficult would it be, and was there really any odds of them seeing you? Because they're not running around with like detect invisibility magic or some shit, right? So nothing seems to be out of place other than them. They start talking to the poor little halfling in there, and they're like, Quillian, you know, why'd you open your door, right? Prisoner 7. And he's like, the shit was like that when I found it. Like, I didn't go outside, right? So they, you know, they push him back into the cell, and they both kind of disappear in there with him, right? And they're kind of like tossing his bunk and stuff. So what do you want to do in the interim while they're in the cell with him?
I was gonna ask. This is meta knowledge, but we have to be within. You said like 100 feet to open one of the doors, or something like that.
Yes, you can cycle. You could cycle that door if you're within 100 feet of it.
Can we open another door and close one at the exact same time?
I mean, I would say within a few seconds. Yeah, you could do both.
I guess that wouldn't matter, right? I'll just close that door that they went into, and I'll just open up another cell just to be the fucking cause some panic.
So
This is fantastic.
So the door opens, right? You close that door, and you hear him yelling like, "What the devil?" Right? As the door suddenly closes behind them. Right?
That one's British.
Yeah. What the devil?
Oh my god. Dwarves from all over the world.
And you can see that fucking halfling's up against the wall, dude. He's all like, I'm not doing anything, right? You can hear him like, I swear. And so, you open up another random door. We're just gonna pick one like right here, and
Yeah.
out, that door opens up, and you hear like a weird like kind of cackle, and a goblin just comes kind of like crawling out of the room, right?
Ew.
Again, looking side to side, right?
Can you just close that door the second she hears the cackle and just like, nope, not that one.
Yes, I will allow you as a reaction to close that door
Like
before
no,
the goblin comes out.
like,
Okay.
not that one. We'll pick another one. Or actually, let's just look around. Can we look around this little area that we're in? See if there are any buttons or switches that might do anything or any items.
Well, okay, so now several seconds have passed. Now let's keep in mind that you don't know how many people are in the guard tower. So, and it's been about probably 12 seconds since you locked them in there. And then you notice that this door opens again and these two guys come fucking tumbling out.
Okay.
Right? And then the cell door closes behind them. And they start to kind of move around, trying to figure out what's happened. I mean, there's more than they didn't empty out the tower to see what's going on. But now you're inside the stairwell room, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are all sitting here like, man, Silent's gonna get murdered.
I can still blink through a wall if I do get into trouble.
If you need to, you could still cast it as an action. Yes, you could still travel to the ethereal plane. Now, what I need to do though is
Suspenseful.
no. So you haven't.
Aw. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
My wife.
My wife.
Our wife.
Our wife.
Okay, so they just seem to be the guards. You can hear them walking right through the door. Like you can hear them kind of walking around. Their kind of footsteps fade into the distance as they're now you can't see them, so they're just somewhere around. These think of them like they're just somewhere in that area searching because they don't know what's happened. So you probably have limited time to do whatever you want to do. Garmy, and I'm assuming Garmy, you're seeing this because New here is like chilling out here somewhere, so you're like watching this.
I'm going back and forth from looking at tattoos and making notes and looking and seeing the chaos.
Garmy can also open doors to keep them kind of distracted as long as Yuki's in there, right? Since he can see what's going on.
If I think that I need to make more of a disturbance, I'll start opening more doors, but I'm just letting them investigate for now.
Okay.
It's okay.
So, do we see anything in this room in particular?
I mean, that room right there is just the all you see is the spiral staircase ahead of you.
Oh, okay.
Right? All you see is the spiral staircase.
So where would surveillance be then? I thought surveillance stuff was in here.
That's the base of a tower, right? So you're going to need to travel
up, I guess.
Yeah, hold on.
That's up takes you to the warden though.
No,
I thought
you needed
to get to the warden's office because she asked you to get stuff for her.
Yeah, I was also just trying to turn off
the warden's office is upstairs. Yeah, so in that room, that is the surveillance hub that you're in right now that looks out overall. There are some arrow slits, right? Now that you're in there, we're gonna move these guys around because I'm just not wanting to duplicate tokens. There are several guards still in this room, right? Now they haven't detected you. They haven't detected you in that room, right? Somehow, because with all the chaos, they didn't notice the door opening and closing, right? So there is the central staircase that goes up.
Well, somebody came out the door and
someone came out the door. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's see here. So so that you do notice that there is a device bolted to the floor, right? Just like a large console, looks like a desk, has like a slanted little top on it. It's bolted to the floor. And then there are you just see on the adjoining wall. There's also a looks like a gate control pad, right, with a bunch of like switches and levers that they can probably push buttons to disable the spells inside the rooms, right? And then there's also on the console there's a dial, has like a little sunlight image next to it, as if you were to turn it, it probably changes the lights somewhere.
Indeed.
And then there's like a
Oh,
horn that's
ouch.
kind of built into a wall that probably works as like a loudspeaker.
The temptation to just like go to the horn and be like Garmy smells or some shit like that.
Army rules.
Can
But yes,
I
they have not detected you yet.
I kind of feel like I just want to cause some more chaos just to give the other people, like Brea and Corral, someone to fight. Because I know they're all just kind of sitting there.
Wait, why are we fighting people? I thought we
So
were
why are we
fighting.
fighting?
I don't know. I thought you guys would just want some actions. I feel
We
like
don't
I'm
know
kinda...
what's going on.
Don't you make this fight for us unless you're willing to fight
Okay.
with us.
I got to sneak. If you guys were okay, never mind. Never mind. It's just an idea.
So yeah, they haven't detected you yet, right? They're in this room. They're manning the consoles. There are some arrow slits you see them now looking out of, right? Where they're looking around. They can see the little guard buddies patrolling around.
By watching them, can I like figure out which of these buttons or whatever might disable maybe like not electricity, we need lights, just surveillance, or is none of that discernible?
Well, the map that you have works very similarly to these gates, where they can open up one gate at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they open up another gate, it closes the previous gate and turns the anti-magic field on. So they works exactly the same way. The map that you have in your head that you can magically disable gates is basically the same way as their little levers and switches work.
So I can pull levers and switches just at will?
Well, I mean, they might notice it. They're like literally right next to you in this room. So yeah. But it works the same as their match. So if they need to open a gate, they say, "Hey, open up gate, prisoner 12," and somebody pushes the button,
You know
prisoner
what?
12 gate opens.
Yuki's just gonna go upstairs and look into the warden's tower.
All right, so
Mir,
you're gonna
know that anything is going on right now? Like, would we?
no,
have
because
any-
you guys are just sitting there, and you and Ari are sitting there, like I don't know, drinking some water, hanging out.
We're
you know,
talking.
You're doing like thumb wrestling, right?
Oh.
I mean, it's
She's
been
not-
about
she's my
20
girlfriend.
minutes or so. He's only been gone like 20 minutes, give or take, right? Since all this happened.
I'm about to marry the snake lady.
About to marry the snake lady.
Yeah.
All right, so now we are talking about. So you're gonna go up a level, right?
Yeah. Anyone in here?
Well, you're gonna be here, right? Yeah. So okay. So as you step into that, there's a this is pretty. You've gone up pretty high here. The spiral staircase continues up right to the tower roof. You're on the second level of the tower, right?
Mhm.
On your way up here, you actually passed the barracks, right? As you went up, right? The first level of the tower, right? As you pass through that, there was a bunch of bunk beds against the wall. There's a magical spell that keeps everything lit. There's a handful of guards that are sleeping. They have their gear right there next to them in the barracks. But as you continue to pass up, you show up first because now you're here on this. You're looking in this room, right? Spiral staircase goes up and down, right?
Mhm.
About 20 feet, right, each direction. So you're about 20 feet above the first level of the tower. In that room to your left, like in this room right here, there's basically a long wooden table. It's slightly curved. There's 11 chairs around that table. The middle chair has no like special adornments or anything else, but there's like different banners that hang over the backs of the chairs. Each one's emblazoned with like the crest of the Lord's Alliance members, right? And there's banners on the wall, like a gold crown and a red field. The Lord's Alliance are basically like the most powerful lords here in this part of Faerun, and they just basically have like a pact, right? The Absolution Council are all members of the Lord's Alliance that oversee the prison, right? The ones that you're going to meet with tomorrow morning, maybe. So that's what's in that room. And right now it's empty.
Okay. Let me see. Is the warden's door locked? Oh wait, or can I just open it with the magic spell?
So which one? We're talking about this room right here, right?
Yeah.
So your spell, your lock, you cannot open this lock. No, not with the map.
Can Yuki like press her ear against the door and see if the warden's currently in there and see if she hears anything?
Yeah, you could still do that. Yeah, go ahead. Roll perception.
Oh, I didn't do blind GM. I suck. I'm sorry. Oh, yes, I did. Never mind. I don't
Hey,
suck.
I can't see it. Yeah, so you don't hear anything on the other side of the on the other side of the wall, or on the other side of the door. You don't detect any
It
movement.
might, if you do use the spell, that would probably cause you to lose invisibility as well.
Yeah, I figured it would. Like last ditch effort. Is this door magically locked, or could it be lockpicked?
I will tell you so you don't have to roll. This door is also magically locked, but it is not tied to your map. Now remember, just last week, the warden has a keychain with a bunch of keys on it.
I was thinking about that when she came into the bedroom earlier and told us to stay in there.
So
but
she does have keys.
where is she currently is the question. I don't know. This might be a dead end for now. Well, since I'm still here and we have so much time, I'm also just going to check the office down here. Do I have access to this room?
Yeah, so let's see. So that room. Yeah, so that door is unlocked, right? And in the middle of the room is a big, thick desk, right? Right in the middle of that room. It's just covered with like parchment and quills and ink. And there are against the walls just really 5 like big, heavy, old wood cabinets, like kind of like line the wall over here. And if you try one, we'll assume that you're kind of a klepto. It seems to be locked shut, but you might be able to pick it.
Oh, my bad. Oh, wait. You said pick something inside the room?
Yeah, on this wall, on the second level, in this office that you're in, right, there are 5 wooden cabinets on this wall. And they appear to be locked.
Okay, I was thinking they were like shelves for some reason. Okay.
No, they're just like big, heavy, like, cabinets.
Can I tell if any of these papers that are scattered are like important or not? Any kind of information that we need?
They're all the things that are there are that you can see visible, like the parchment and quills and stuff. They're just blank right now, but there's probably things inside the locked cabinets.
Okay, Yuki's going to try to pick the cabinets with the thieves' tools.
Well, to save you the perception roll, there is a desk drawer that is locked, and there's also the cabinets on the walls that are locked. So, which would you like to try to pick first? We can do 2 rolls, right? You know, one for the desk, one for the cabinets. I'm not going to make you roll for each cabinet.
We'll check the desk first. Like maybe there's a key in there.
No, you don't feel any. You don't. There's no keys, and you do find that there is a locked drawer in the desk that does not open when you pull on it, and it has a little lock. Would you like to try to pick the lock with your these tools?
I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Okay.
Lucky numbers.
Wow. No, actually, it's a good roll. Don't worry. I'll tell you, it was a good roll. Like, yay, I want you to feel your successes. So as you get your lockpicking tools out, you're like, man, this is so fucking easy. And so you're able to open up the lock that's on the drawer. And it's just a bunch of thin little ledgers that look like they're like financial. Like you kind of flip through them, and it's a bunch of like, you know, money going in, money going out. Historically back for the prison. Look like some type of financial ledgers.
Do we need any of this stuff?
Well, that's really, just desk. You can still search the cabinets.
I know. I'm just like trying to think about it before we just put it back and relock it. I feel
I
like
mean,
we
I don't think any of that would have the prisoners' names on it, though, right?
Yeah.
No, the financial ledgers are
probably
just like
not.
financial stuff of like, hey, we bought 10 goats for milk and you know,
Okay.
whatever. Like, hey man, just saying if they maybe like maybe dwarves like goat milk. I don't know.
All right, we're gonna check the cabinets now.
Are you like cheating right now? You rolled exactly the same number as last time. What is this with you today? Yeah,
Because
so
he's
you
not-
I
It's his birthday
operate
today.
better under pressure.
I know. Dum 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 ba boom boom. Yeah, so I mean you get your lockpick tools out,
Why
right?
that song?
Did you get it? Under pressure.
Yeah.
Dum.
Yeah.
So Yuki, you go through this and you start pulling out parchments and little ledgers and stuff, and you find that there are prisoner records here, right? And you go through and you find that there's some like manifest, for like the ships that have arrived, records of deliveries of goods and when prisoners have been delivered as well. Transfer orders for prisoners, and you also find a ledger that has the names, the crimes, the sentences, and the commutations of every prisoner who's ever been incarcerated at Revel's End. The ledger also contains death certificates for prisoners who have died while incarcerated, and as you kind of flip through them and you kind of start giving the suspicious look, they always seem to have died of accidental or natural or unnatural deaths, but like no details, like unnaturally died. But
That's
it's
not
all there in the records, in these records,
Sounds
in this
hella
ledger.
suspicious. Are they murdering people in here?
I mean,
Are you
one
still
person's
invisible?
murder is another person's
how long
problem
do you have
solving.
left?
It's been
I feel
about
like it's been like 30 minutes.
it's
Maybe?
been about 45 minutes to 50
Oh.
minutes now, I would say, right? I mean,
Okay, so
I know we're
You're
taking a
running
long
low on
time as we
time.
do it. We're taking a long time as we talk through it, but like historically, like open some things, talk, spend some time, boop, jet it upstairs. We've got about 10 minutes or so remaining on your invisibility. But you
You're
do
gonna
in
have to, like,
fact
jump
now
out a
have
window or something.
you do in fact now have a ledger that's what
Okay,
Prisoner
so
13 has.
I'm going to take the ledger and whatever other like data we can find on Prisoner 13, just like all of it, shove it in her blouse or whatever she's wearing, and we're gonna get out of there.
Okay.
Hi, you okay?
So I mean, it's gonna take you, let's say, takes you about 2 to 3 minutes to get back downstairs to this room where the guards are still kind of shuffling around. Now you also notice that these guys are back inside. Nobody seems to be losing their shit.
I'm back over here.
Yeah, but now you got to find now you've got to kind of like stealthify your way through a door when all those doors are closed.
I mean, doors were
You're gonna
open.
need to do a stealth check to see if you can, like, even though you're visible, you're gonna get advantage. So I want you to do it twice, but I want you to do like you're visible, but I mean, somebody might notice that you're.
Can I just open the same door again with the guy from before who was like, "It wasn't me"?
Yes, you absolutely can.
I'm just gonna do that. Just reopen that cell. He was
So
he was safe.
all you hear is this guy comes out like, "Prisoner 7,
yeah,
what
I
are you
shuffle out.
doing?"
Right behind him. Yep.
Right. So, the little halfling just backs up and they go into the cell, and you can surreptitiously hear
You just got his ass beat.
as poor prisoner 12 just got smacked around in there because you were just using him as a little
Aw.
pawn in your game.
That makes me want to like be the fucking justice warrior and like jump in there. But
You
Close the
have to
door
run
on him.
Now you have about 8 minutes.
Yeah, we have to get back.
It's up to you. Do what you want. I mean, go for it. Go for it. I mean,
should close the door
I'm not
on
gonna ruin
him.
your phone.
Or like close
like
the
your
door
house
on them, open the
While they're
door
in
for
there
somebody
with him?
else. Yeah, open the door for somebody else.
Should we
'Cause
let the
they're-
goblin out?
They all can probably hear that this dude's getting beat up.
Since you're running, let the goblin out.
That's scary. I don't know what that goblin does.
Do
man.
it! Do it! Do it! Do it! Come on!
Everyone says do it. All right, we're letting the goblin out.
And then
Just
and then
run.
and then
I-
close
I'm
this
like-
door and
Not
open the
everyone.
other one right
I'm
away.
quiet. I'm quiet.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, shit, man. Do I got a placeholder for this guy?
Oh man.
Are goblins bad?
You know what?
I mean,
Oh, never mind. Fuck it.
it depends.
I mean, if he's brave enough to come out, he's got to be
Oh,
crazy,
oh
right?
my god, he looks fucking scary.
Look, man, he's just a token. Don't judge him for what he looks like, okay? A book is greater than just what its cover looks like, okay? Don't judge a book by its cover. So
Wise
he's all like,
words.
you can hear him like, what the devil? Okay, he's also British, all right? He's also British. So he comes out, and because this door closed, now his door's open. He's like, whoa, no, blimey. So now this guy comes out, like, and you hear him start yelling something about, like, you know, prisoner 17 or whatever.
Can we like go back in time for just like a quick second and say that I grabbed New here on the way back through the hall because I forgot about him?
You don't have to worry about New here.
Oh, you can just make him disappear, huh? I forgot.
Well,
Okay,
I want him there to study. Like, even if you tried to pick him up, he would have walked
Okay.
away and he is watching the prisoner
Just trying to make
all
sure we
night.
cover our tracks.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll be honest. I'll say, no, I did send my lizard just to spy on her. I won't lie about that if they ask. I'm just watching the prisoner, though. I didn't do anything.
I guess it's not too bad of an excuse. Okay, well, while the goblin's over there starting chaos, Yuki's gonna just, I guess she has no choice but to try to.
You can blink
Shuffle.
through. You could blink
Like
through
she-
like over here.
Oh, hold on. If I go here, could I
Right?
blink to here?
It's you can only blink 10 feet, right?
I know. Is that 10
I think
feet?
10.
I
puts you
mean,
in
even just
stone.
through
You
the
could-
wall, because you're still invisible right now, right?
Yeah,
Linked under Garmy's
It,
stable.
It takes an action though, doesn't it? If it's an
takes an
action,
action to cast. Yep.
wouldn't that be like visible on the other side? I don't want to just appear in thin air. That's what I was
But
saying.
there's
so
no
I'd make
guards
it
in there,
here.
are
You
there?
would become visible as you cast it, and then at the
Correct.
end of your turn,
Oh,
you would go invisible. Maybe. It's not
Are there-
even a guarantee that you would.
Are there guards in that room?
In this room right here, like this
There's
room.
one
or,
guy.
or,
Like,
or can,
Oh yeah,
can
there's
Garmy-
guards here. I've just been copying and pasting. There's always a couple of guards in here eating.
well, there's
and
one
stuff.
right here.
Oh, that guy just got
can,
dragged there
can
by
Yuki
accident.
whisper to New here to tell Garmy to like look for guards so she can shuffle through the doors safely? Like, can he beat my eyes from the other side?
Here, we'll give you a couple more. There's always a few guards in
Oh.
this room, eating and shit. Carouse,
just-
meanwhile, is freezing outside because it's cold as shit. And if you stay out there any longer, you're gonna have to roll for a level of exhaustion. You're gonna have to do a
Damn it.
Constitution save. Cold as crap. You're like, no, I've been inside the whole time. We get it, Caroused. You vape, okay? We get it. We get it. We get it.
You making comments to New here that you need like a distraction or something. I will, seeing what you've been doing, I will just randomly open.
So I
This door.
need I need you
Uh-oh.
to
I just picked the
roll-
door at random and I'm opening.
No. This is for Yuki. Yuki, I need you to roll a blind roll to me.
Okay.
And let me tell you, just roll a just
I
a
mean, I say just-
unaided 1d20.
I say just
No.
blink through the wall, because what are the odds that all of the guards are staring at the direction, or staring towards where you're going to appear?
I never turn the surveillance off. If I'm still like being seen here through whatever kind of system they've got going on, then they'll see
you-
you turn visible. I think.
You're gonna turn visible there, and he's gonna be there for 6 seconds, 12 seconds, 24 seconds before he teleports.
6 seconds, give or take. Did you do your roll? Okay.
Oh
so
no, I didn't. I'm
everything-
sorry.
Oh, yeah, can you
Let me
just
see.
go ahead and roll? Oh yeah, that's your thieves
Yeah,
tool check. Yeah, go ahead and
20. There you go.
yeah, 1 sec here. Let's find out if good things or bad things happen. All right. Yeah, you fine. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, so you don't see any guards in sight, as apparently you're like, I need to get the shit out of here. But yeah, so you can move within 10 feet right at the end of this turn. So 6 seconds pass. Everybody else is slowing down. Meanwhile, Caroused is like, like outside being angsty. And yeah, so after you pop into that little cell in the corner over here, right?
Oh, nice. Okay.
Rouse is staying inside because she's like, man, it's cold as shit outside.
Okay.
It's
well,
all frosty out here in the Arctic.
Unfortunately, we didn't have time to like get back to what's her face with these documents. But if we're here for 2 more days, we'd still have time to get them to her.
2 nights, I think they said. So tonight and tomorrow night, and then we gotta go. But we might get what we need in the morning too. We don't necessarily have to turn it over. And have I been able to, while watching for this hour and
You
doing my
noticed that-
notes?
While you were watching, Prisoner 13 hasn't really done anything. Like all of the hubbub of the guards yelling and beating the poor shit out of some poor little halfling that didn't deserve it. That's just a pawn in your dark little game, Yuki. Like she's just kind of laid there the whole time. She hasn't done anything. She seems very serene.
Have I been able to make any more discernment on her tattoos and figure anything else out?
Without making you roll an Arcana check, I will tell you that whatever magical things that you sensed when you were in the meeting room with her, those magical aspects of her tattoos are currently diminished inside of her room. So if they
But like, I could draw them out and like study them. Do I discern anything from studying them?
Yeah, I would need to. I'm trying to think about what check it would be because when she was out of the room, the magical aspects of the tattoos, the magical designs were hidden inside the actual tattoos themselves where they were visible. But now that she's back inside of the anti-magic field, the tattoos are visibly a little different.
So, Arcana, investigation, perception.
I will let you go a little. You do an Arcana check. We'll see if you can gain something from your eidetic memory.
Arcana. Blind GM roll.
So, I mean, you do recall some details, right, of the tattoos as you have been making your sketches, and you have identified the pieces that you can see. So you have gained a little bit of confidence. You understand what the pieces of the tattoo, but it's not like you don't have a perfect image of it.
I don't have a full view of it, vision of it, but I'm working on the pieces. Got it.
Correct. It's like you're putting a puzzle together, but you don't know what the actual end result looks like.
Got it.
It's all guesstimate, and all the pieces are the same shape. Shit. Does this work?
It's an all-white puzzle. All the pieces are the same shape, and you can't tell which ones are the edges and which ones aren't.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. That's why I don't do puzzles.
I've seen a puzzle like that before.
I know. Hi.
So, what do you guys want to do? I mean, Carouse, are you going to head back to the room?
I'd do that. Oh, in the game. Yeah. Yeah, just gonna go back all willy-nilly casual, you know.
This poor bastard.
No big deal. Nothing happened. I'm probably gonna walk in this room, say, hey, I'm sorry I was so rude to you before. It caught me off guard. I just really needed some air, and I apologize for coming off so rudely.
They just kind of nod at you, and they say, okay, no problem.
I'm just gonna go back to the...
Marta told us that you guys are staying in the counselor's quarters since most of them aren't here right now. So go ahead and grab some stew from the mess hall. And so now it's about 6 p.m., right? 6:30 p.m., right? You've been out on your little journey. Carouse has been out getting some air. Brea and Aerie are just like fucking, I don't know, they're fucking slap boxing and shit right now. Whatever they're doing to occupy themselves. And so you guys are back in. So do you want to take a long rest? Do you want to RP anything and tell them what you've learned?
I was just gonna have Yuki like run out of here and start like looking paranoid at the sound of what's going on outside of in the prisoner section, just to make it seem like she's been in here the whole time. And
well, they can't hear it from there. It's way too far away. Yeah, they can't hear it. It's like, those are like stone walls that are like, what, 2.5 feet thick or whatever, 3 feet thick.
I take it all back. Never mind.
They're all like, are you okay, little person? Are you all right? You kind of ran in here in a panic. Is everything okay?
Bad dreams. Yeah, nightmare. Anyways, Garmy, call him back in over here. And then she's going to show them just like everything that she found and tell them what Corda said.
Can we look through the documents and find anything that we don't know?
Yeah, you can do an investigation and read through them more in detail.
Who's doing an investigation check?
Whoever wants to. Whoever wants to be the
I
investigator. Mother
I have-
Trucker looks like Mother Trucker wants to look at that. That's the expression of somebody who wants to
Not
investigate.
me. No, you do
I
not.
have
I
a
invest.
+4.
Mine's
you should
also
do it.
+4.
One of you two then.
Can we get the advantage?
Can we? Can we multiples of us looking together? Advantage working together.
Yep, I'll let you do advantage, sure. Yeah. Peering over each other's shoulders, putting your little investigative minds together like the fucking Scooby Gang. I'm down for it.
Freya,
As the
okay, I'd like
Karast
to
rolls.
read.
With advantage.
Come on, Karoust. It's up to
But I have
you.
+0. Why would I roll?
You haven't
that's-
rolled much today.
Army says he wants you to roll.
I can roll.
Well, we're
That's
all
fine.
+4, right? We're all +4, right? You're +4, you said?
I'm +0.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought you said +4. No.
No,
And
I'm
so
not.
it's me or Yuki are both +4. So
Yeah, you two are.
I feel
That's fine.
I just
I
feel like
don't
we're
know.
both rolling all
He's like, I
day.
don't want to
Okay.
roll
I
shit.
know,
My
I
numbers are
was
terrible.
trying to give the other two something to do by letting more
Yeah.
prisoners out to fight.
I was secretly hoping one would run out the hallway and try to run past Karas, and Karas would get to stop him. And like that would be like us being like, we're helping you here. Gosh, you have prisoners escaping every day?
Okay, so am I rolling?
Yeah,
Sure, with
with
advantage.
advantage.
Was that okay?
You don't learn anything new.
Damn.
Just that the ledgers themselves, they just seem to outline, the names, prisoner numbers, but they all any of them that have died in the prison, there's no details around their deaths. Right? So maybe with more scrutiny, it might look nefarious, but it's all very kind of ambiguous. But you'll notice that there hasn't been any unnatural deaths in the prison for the last handful of years.
Has the prison always been
So we
run
know
by the
how
same
long this-
person?
Yeah, just about to ask.
What was that?
Has the prison always been run by the same person?
No. There's been other wardens.
How long ago?
It's not detailed in those records. You would have to ask Marta or the counselors.
Does Yuki remember seeing anything on the financial documents about that? Like who's paying who? Because I'm assuming the warden would be taking care of all that, right?
I mean, did Yuki bring those ledgers too?
I mean, she looked at them. I did stop to take a look at them.
I mean, so from your remembrance of looking at those ledgers, yeah, there are deliveries, but there's also deliveries that were accepted by other people, like the chefs, the cooks. Like it's not just purely Marta who has accepted deliveries or annotated things in those financial ledgers. But there hasn't been any deaths. There hasn't been any deaths that were listed as unnatural or with anything like that within the last few years. Some of them go back a little bit further though, but they all still are very vague on like how they died.
Are they all
Prisoner.
prisoners that died?
Yeah,
Or
there are
they're-
only prison records about the prisoners. Mhm.
When I said she looked kind of creepy, I'm still feeling that way.
I wanna sit down and like take out extra pen and ink and make art copies for us and say, okay, first thing in the morning, these have to go back so they don't know that anything's missing.
Back.
I can recast in the morning. I can't do it tonight, but I can recast invisibility, and these have to go back. Otherwise, they're gonna know that somebody stole records. These
Well, if they can't
won't be
find 'em.
missed.
Doing all this shit again? All right.
Why do we have to give them back if nobody's gonna know they're gone? Or if nobody can find them?
Well,
You know,
I mean,
like
records, all the records of all past prisoners suddenly disappeared. I mean, I guess it won't be terrible. They'll look. Is that not what you took?
Hold on. I think I said I just took everything that had to do with Corda. I don't know if that includes the past prisoners too.
Oh, I thought you were taking the stuff that she asked for us to take.
I thought you were taking everything, all of the
Wait,
documents.
what did Corda
I
ask
also
for
thought
to
you
take?
took the ledger that took everything of all the deaths.
What did Corda ask me to take specifically?
The record of all
That
the
book?
previous prisoners.
The
Oh, I'm
ledger of the
sorry.
history of all the prisoners.
My bad. For some reason, I thought I was like just getting all the data on her because we were going to erase those. Never mind. If that's what I was supposed to take, then yeah, I'll stop talking.
So if I copy all that, so that because I don't want this to. I mean, if all the records of all the prisoners go missing, that's they notice that it's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
raise
missing.
my hand on this one. I'm gonna raise my hand. Do you think you can benefit from a long rest if you spend 8 hours or longer copying this ledger?
Is it gonna take that long?
I mean, it's a ledger that goes back. Like, it's gonna probably take at least some hours. Like, so and so arrived on this day of this month. Blah blah blah. I mean, it's a prison record, like a bunch
I
of
think
records.
putting it back is riskier than
Okay.
just
Okay.
taking it.
I agree.
Let me just take it. Glad they don't have any of our real names.
Yeah, because doing that all over again and
Yeah.
messing around with the prisoner cells and getting the little guy beat up again for no reason, then yeah, that's a
Because
lot.
Kerr would have to make like the same truck with the doors.
Okay, so
I have a question.
in the morning,
Really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a record for Corda in there, the date that she got admitted?
Yes.
5
5
does
years ago.
anybody else hold the same date?
That exact date? No.
Okay, so it was just her.
Well, you can see that 5 years ago she was, incarcerated there, but there's other prisoners here who have been here longer, and there are prisoners who have been here shorter.
Yeah. I was curious if she got caught with someone.
Like,
Yeah, what
ooh,
is
you
she
sneaking
looking
out,
for?
Kissing boys. No, you're by herself. I heard record is her.
Okay. And does she share like a name with anybody in the records that she would be
No.
looking for? Okay.
You can't. There's nothing that kind of puts any of these prisoners with any type of relation to each other.
Is there anything magical about this sheet of papers that they're hiding that would give us more information?
If you were to cast detect magic, I will tell you that no, there's nothing magical about it.
I don't have detect magic.
I know that was me being passive aggressive. That if you were to cast detect magic, you could learn that, but no, there's nothing magical. There's nothing that would be magical here.
Passive aggressive as in I should stop asking questions about this?
No, but if you're asking if you could detect magic, you'd have to have a method to detect magic.
Okay, got it.
So but what I'm saying is I don't want anybody to waste a spell of,
Got it.
using
Okay.
detect magic.
Okay.
I was just being sassy, forgive me.
You're fine.
Forgive me. No, ask questions all you want. I mean, that question, if you were to cast detect magic, assuming that you would do it, I mean, I don't want you to waste a spell slot.
I just
right?
didn't want this to be one of those times where I just keep hammering like, is the cat really just a cat?
Sure.
I didn't want this to be another one of those situations, which is why I asked.
Can we look through the window?
Can I unlock the shutters?
is the cat still following us?
It's good when we can meme ourselves. Right. So, do you guys want to do a long rest? Garmy, you're just not going to copy the book, I'm assuming?
I think at this point they've convinced me that it's not worth copying, and that we're just gonna give it to the prisoner. If we do give it to someone, we'll give it to the prisoner, and if they'll find it on her. Or not.
Yuki's just gonna study it just as much as she can while still getting a long rest.
If we even choose to do that, we could
Hold on,
try to
actually,
convince the council.
Yuki didn't really use anything. Would I be like exhausted tomorrow if I only took like a short rest instead of a long one, and I could spend that time studying and maybe making copies?
I'm pretty sure there is a rule for how long you can go without a long rest.
Oh yeah, one the other night, right?
I think it's like if you. I gotta go look.
I'm looking it up. Whenever 24 hours pass which your character has not completed a long rest, they have to make a DC 10 Constitution saving throw.
That sounds right. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to stay
you
up
would,
and study, you will have to do a DC 10 Constitution throw.
well, not until like the next morning.
After this night, the next day. So like around 6, 7, about the time you're gonna want to get up and meet the counselors. You would need to do a roll to see if you took on a
And
level of exhaustion by staying up.
It wouldn't be hard to pass that.
No, DC 10. No.
No.
Yuki's gonna stay up. Even if we fail, I think it's still gonna be worth everything that we gain.
So are you
Okay.
gonna make copies of everything?
Yeah, I'd rather do it and let you get the long rest.
I mean, technically, I only have to sleep for 4 hours, so I could also help.
Oh, hold on. Maybe we could, yeah, let her do it instead.
I'm an elf. I go into a trance-like state.
Let the elves do it.
She can see in the dark too. So she can just write in the dark.
We can all technically see in the dark except for you.
Well, you know
Except
what?
for poor
Yuki is
Yuki. Yuki has
sleeping
to have
by
We
like,
can
little
herself.
all
monocle.
see in the dark, she says
a
to the one
nightlight.
person who can't see it in the dark.
Remember, you can turn each other's lights off too. Lights! Poof. And then you can all just laugh because Silent can't see shit. Son of a bitch! Right?
After all the work she just did, you fucking bullies.
So, I mean, you could stay up if you want to stay up all night. I would say that between the three of you, you could probably still benefit from a long rest if you well, 4 if Mother Trucker. I mean, it's not math. We're not so it's fine. You guys could probably all split for a couple of hours, right? And still gain the benefits of a long rest.
Garmy
And
is
still,
taking
and
a
still
good
make whatever
long
copies
rest.
that you want of it or study pieces of it. Garmy needs to roll new portents now because it's been the next day.
Yes. Let's do long rest.
Oh, I can
Harry
change
stayed
my-
out of this because I'm too lazy to roleplay her right now, but she ain't copying shit. She's a snake person.
Okay.
Just like
Okay.
snaky stuff.
Natural 1 and a natural 2 are very good portents, actually.
I'm gonna change
That's
my
like- That's like
proficiency.
2 guaranteed failures right there.
I guess I'll put it into insight. So we're proficient in insight for the day.
That music. Hear it?
Making it all sinister and shit.
That
It's been
was
peaceful
so
It's been
good.
peaceful for too long now, and now we're.
So-
I sent you that other song, the one that just started. I've sent to you.
New day. Do you want invisibility right at the start of the new day?
To put the thing
That
back.
you can to put the thing back or to deliver it. It's up to
Hey,
you.
we're
I'm
putting
leaving
it
it up
back.
to you.
I thought we weren't putting it back.
I'm gonna
Yep.
give the original one to her, and we're gonna keep all the copies,
Oh, we're gonna keep the copies. Okay.
just in case we need to look at them for some reason.
Okay.
But I think it's just way more dangerous to try to pull all those shenanigans again.
Mhm.
Okay.
Especially when there's people who are going to be waiting on you soon.
And it might even be like a pain in the ass just to get through these few doors, just to get over to her cell. Maybe we could just wait until we go pass
Yeah,
by her.
let's-
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
but-
hold out on that.
But Marta will be there then.
No, we can have her look the other way. Yuki's sleight of hand skill is really good.
She's
And
a
we can still
wizard.
deliver it later. We have all day to deliver
Yeah.
this paperwork.
Okay, so how are we gonna get what we need?
We're meeting
from
with
her?
the council. First thing, well, we might never need to deliver anything if the council gives us what we need. Which is permission for me to physically copy all of her tattoos.
Oh, okay.
If that's the case, then it's just going to be a matter of time to solve it. I assume, DM. Would that be a correct assumption, or do I not know?
And it would take time to copy those tattoos.
Well, no. If they were to allow me to copy the tattoos, I'm fairly confident that I could unlock this key from the tattoos, right?
You know what the answer is. He already knows what the answer is.
It depends.
It depends.
Depends. Okay.
Our wife just brought us pizza.
I know she's the nicest.
I know. Guess what? It's pineapple pizza.
Oh,
The only
Nice.
proper
Stop it, eh?
kind of pizza.
I have a chili cheeseburger and fries.
Oh, that sounds fucking good
how are
too.
you gonna eat
Alright,
that?
so-
Holy shit!
I'm eating it right now. I'm cutting it.
So are we doing anything before we meet with the council?
No,
Mm,
not that I know of.
I'm just asking. That way I know if we want to skip to the council.
I'm looking to change up a few of my spells, but yes, I'm fine. I have unprepared you, chromatic orb.
This song is aptly titled "You Shouldn't Be Here." I like it. It seems prophetic almost.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, so you got your spells all figured out. You got your portents rolled. Mother Trucker's here. She just wants to light up the world with her chesticles. Caroused feels terrible because there has been no magical bow job in like 2 sessions. So a couple of guards come and escort all of you up to the 2nd floor to that large room in the tower. Let's just drag her by over here magically. Even our little Yanti gets to come with. I'll drag Carouse too. Shlibbity-boop-bop. We're shlibbity-boop-bop, shlibbity-boop. All right. So you find yourselves in this long meeting room, and again, there's like 11 chairs at this table. And as you enter the room, the 2 dwarf guards that brought you here, you pass through the console room, right, through the floor of the tower, right. You pass through this first floor up here, then you pass through this one to the barracks, and now you're in that beautiful little council chamber, so to speak, right. There's and you find that there are like, not only is Marta there, right, and her scary eyes and her red and gold robes. There's 3 other people sitting at the table already there, and they introduce themselves, and we can write these down later if you want, Caroused. You get introduced to 3 other people through Marta. Marta says first, and she points at a dragonborn, which you have not met before, who has like silverish toned skin, and obviously a dragon-shaped head, and introduces Kriv Norixius of the town of Daggerford, and then points to the next one and introduces you to Jill Torbo, right? A little halfling, right? Just wearing just normal kind of clothes. Very bored expression on Jill Torbo's face. And she kind of sighs as she's introduced. She's very impatient. And introduces Jill as the representative of the Absolution Council from Baldur's Gate. And then also introduces you to kind of like a middle-aged human male, right? He's got like some graying hair. It's kind of long. Introduces you to Voss Anderton, who is the representative of the city of Neverwinter. And they all greet you. Voss and Kriv are somewhat friendlier.
So
but Jill Torbo is just very terse.
Right? Is that 3 people? Did I get that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Plus Marta. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Marta, the dragon born, the human. Who's the other one?
Hang on, I'm typing in chat right now.
Marta Voss.
And I don't even know who I was. Clicked on you. Look, you knew their names. So you have Marta, right? Who's already in your journal. Then you have Voss Anderton. I'm sorry, I can't type. Voss Anderton is the representative of the city of Neverwinter. He's just like a middle-aged, human male. You've got Jill Torbo, who's like an older halfling, right? Just wearing just common clothes, right? Pants, shirt, vest, like light jacket, right? Left obviously the cold clothes elsewhere. And then you have Kriv Norixius, who is a dragonborn. Basically has like dragon-shaped aspects, dragon-shaped head, right? Kind of strong. Who is from the city of Daggerford. And then, like I said, there's Marta is in the room as well. But she introduces all of you, and then kind of brings everybody to order, and says, "Hey, so these visitors wanted to speak to prisoner 13, and they have asked, after talking to prisoner 13, to make copies of her tattoos, and I declined to answer that myself. I felt that was more practical for the Absolution Council to rule on. I know that not all of us are here, but we still have most of us here. So please explain to Voss and Jill and Kriv why you were requesting to be able to do this.
Wait, if I may, I'm Harry Sharpleaf, giving the same fake name I gave yesterday. We were hired to look into this prisoner's crimes, per se, and to gain access and knowledge about the treasure that was stolen. In our investigation, it was determined that her tattoos are magical. And this is very interesting to me as a magic practitioner myself, and it's an easy way to squeeze some leverage if we can document her tattoos and determine what they do and see how we can use that against her to get more information, or perhaps even the key is right there in front of us this entire time. I don't know yet. We haven't had the chance to study them.
So the Dragonborn kind of tilts his head quizzically, and deep, bassy voice kind of echoes in the chamber. It's almost musical, right? He says, "We already incarcerate these prisons for whatever their sentence is, which to some people might be inhumane, but what right do we have to take their dignity by copying their features? What makes you feel like you have the right, or what need you have to copy these tattoos? What leverage will you gain, do you think, from these tattoos?"
I mean, I would think there would be standard prisoner intake. You know, you arrest a person, you notate their tattoos, features, marks of interest, so that, you know, if crimes are committed again, you can use that as leverage. Oh, well, we ever have this identifying tattoo. It's a similar situation, I would think. Except hers are magical, making them stand out even more.
And he says, "You don't think that other people haven't already tried to do something with her tattoos?"
Well, I did ask the warden if it was already documented and it could be provided to us. We got the same
You've
answer.
seen the intricacy of those tattoos. Nobody sat there that I'm aware of and copied these into some public record anywhere. I mean, Prisoner
All the
13
more
is
reason
Prisoner
to do
13.
so. All the more reason to document it. Have evidence of what she's capable of.
So the Dragonborn sits back and he kind of scratches his chin, and the human from Neverwinter says, "You know, hey, Marta," he looks at Marta and he says, "I'll be more apt to allow this request. Tell me what you know about Prisoner 13.
We would, so I would try to make sure I don't collide with my story I gave last week after a whole week of not thinking about it. We were hired, I informed that we were hired to look into this treasure she stole. We investigated her last week and we had our interrogation. I was reading her mind for a portion of that, in which I determined that she had all this tattoo influence and made the assumptions I made. Outside of that, I don't know much, which is true. We know of her crime. We were hired to look into it to get the treasure.
And so the
Not
halfling
hiding
kind of leans
anything.
forward. The halfling kind of leans forward and says, "What's it matter? Why are we even talking about this? Like, I mean, who cares?" And Voss, the human, again looks over and he says, Pray tell, what did you say Prisoner 13's name was?"
We know that.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Varen
I-
told you when you talked to him like 3 weeks ago.
No, but
But do
yes.
they know we
Okay,
know?
I'm trying to. Did we use when we talked to them the other day? Did we call her by her name, or did we call? I don't remember because it was a week
I
ago.
thought it was only Prisoner
She
13.
did not tell us her name. I asked her name during the little interrogation,
Yeah.
and she said some sassy bullshit.
I will
Varen
say,
told you her name.
yeah. So I'll say, I don't wish
I
to
asked you to
reveal.
tell me what you knew about this prisoner. You told me
Yeah,
things
so-
about how you found this prisoner. Tell me what you know of this prisoner.
I will tell you, because we did mention, we did mention Clan Assbreaker.
You
I
did
know
mention
for a fact
Clan.
we did.
You did mention Clan Assbreaker. Yes.
I'll say, Clan Assbreaker, who hired us, provided us with her name. And I do provide her name but this was provided to us by our client, who, from my understanding, was the wronged party, who was stolen from. If that is incorrect, and you can dissuade us of incorrect information, and we can stick the law on these people attempting to extort your criminal, then sure. But my understanding is Clan Assbreaker is the wronged party.
I like
just
how you're actually
attempting.
like still calling it ass breaker.
I need you to roll a persuasion check.
With advantage, because all my friends behind me are helping me?
No.
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 I am no.
You don't get to roll advantage every time.
Worth a shot to ask. It's only +2. Blind GM roll. Good.
So Marta sits back and, she says, Voss, great questions, and I think we have to deliberate about this. She kind of stands up and she says, I know you've not been honest with me, and I know you weren't honest with me yesterday, Sir Gnome. We're going to confine you to the counselor's quarters while we consider your pending offer.
Wait, to all of us or just to Gnome? Just to
All of you. You're all together. You're all guilty by association right now. She says, we're going to confine you to the quarters under guard until we deliberate this issue.
What are we
What, for
lying about?
his name?
The only incorrect.
Well, no.
the
She
only-
knew yesterday, so we can. She knew last week, and I told you last week. She knew he was dishonest about something, but there's one problem that no matter what you said, how to describe this? Because this is because some of this might be just things that are forgotten. Varen told you never use Corda's name ever,
Yeah,
even though you were
it's been, like,
even though you were trying to tell the
weeks.
story. Yeah, I know. So that's why I'm not like you're fucking gone. We're gonna deliberate and see what happens next, because he was very specific. Like, you can't ever use her name.
I didn't remember that.
I didn't remember
I
that
don't remember that either.
Shit.
So that's why it's not just like, oh god, everything's fucking gone to shit. It's like, hey, let's do a roll, let's see what happens, and we're gonna find out next week.
Oh.
Ah.
It's not all bad. It's not all bad. I know Silence got to go to work. It's not my fault.
Well, Yuki's got a dagger. If shit hits the fan.
And a dagger. I'm gonna kill all these sons of bitches right here in the room.
I got these hands.
I mean,
But we
it's just-
didn't say her name Corda just now, did we? We didn't
He
say
said
it.
he said her name. He said he told the
Yeah,
name
'cause
that Clan
that
Assbreaker
the
gave
name
him.
was provided by the wronged party. I was thinking that would be like the good explanation for how we got the name.
What's
I wouldn't
the
understand
deal
why
with-
they wouldn't have it.
Oh no, they have the name. They just know that nobody's supposed to have it. Nobody's supposed to use it. Once prisoners come here, they don't have names anymore. So
So even if like the wronged party like told us, it wouldn't have mattered. Like
you're
Even
somehow
if,
guilty by association of something. But don't
Okay.
sweat it. Don't
Even
sweat it.
though we
There's-
never
there's-
said Corda.
He
it could've-
literally said what the name. He
just
didn't have to
said- I
say the
said-
name.
I said the name.
He said he
Oh.
said the
Provided
name.
by the
He didn't
wrong
say
party.
He didn't say Corda. He said I told him the name that Clan Assbreaker gave us. But Varen was very specific. You can never give her name.
I don't remember you
But
saying
it's okay.
her name.
Huh?
I don't remember him saying her name.
He did. You guys have
I
even
didn't
said
say
Corda.
Corda. I said the name was provided to us by this person, by our contact with Clan Assbreaker. And
I just said you're confined. I didn't say what's going to happen. Didn't say it's good or
Couldn't
bad.
that mean
Oh.
Prisoner 13 is the name?
No. Like, it was a trick question. Like, they know nobody's supposed to know the names. Now, the ledger you have has the names, so these people know the names. But nobody outside the prison should know the names, even if Clan Assbreaker is telling you. It is suspect to them if you bring up somebody's name. Especially if it's the right name. It's just suspect. It's okay.
Okay.
Everybody's like, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Such a tiny thing to have
Yeah.
for like, especially since we like took a break too.
Yeah, there was a little break in there, but that's okay. That's why, like I said, it's not like this doesn't like end
Yep, yep.
everything. It's a.
So how bad was
But
my
something
persuasion
happened.
roll? Did I roll a 2?
Oh, it's fucking bad, dude. No, you rolled a 3. Like it was bad. It was like it wasn't your fault. The dice are fickle. Like, let me put it this way: you rolled a 1, is what you actually rolled.
Oh, that's a bullshit.
You rolled an actual 1 on that check, and then you got your plus
Some
3.
bitch.
That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah,
Son
so
of a
then you got
bitch.
your plus 2. But it just means things are complicated. It doesn't mean the heist is over. It doesn't mean you're not going to get your money. It's just a complication.
I mean, I didn't do shit. I was just cuddling with the snake lady.
It's just fucking talking about that coyote ugly night that you want to relive in the tavern in the Drunken Spud when you get back to Frostfire Cove.
Yep.
Dancing and partying. But yes, it was a very small detail. But like these guys, so to just kind of keep in mind since we're talking kind of meta, these absolutionist council members, just for your own edification, they are what I would call generally lawful or neutral good. Right? So any hint of deception, like she knew you lied about something on your previous visit, like when you lied to her when you first met.
The absolutely only thing I've lied
Was
about
your name,
is my
but she still noticed it, right? She still noticed it. So those things kind of like they kind of add together, but it doesn't mean anything's bad. Doesn't mean anything's gone to shit. The plans are out the window. It just means there's might be a little bit more complicated. But that's why we're gonna find out next week what happens.
It's a
You
good
never know.
session,
I mean, here's
Buster.
the thing. I'll tell you, like quite honestly, right now in this game, I'm not gonna incarcerate you in this prison. That sucks. That's boring gaming unless I really sit down and plan that to be fun. So, I mean,
that goblin could come after us.
his name is Grix. Don't judge him. He's a nice guy. And poor Quillian, the fucking poor bastard halfling who just got the shit beat out of him because Silence like.
What was he in the prison for? Since we went through the whole ledger.
Oh, you want to know what? Okay, so yeah, so if you want to remember, so Quillian was convicted of using magic to influence others' minds, and he has been sentenced to like a 9-year prison term.
Oh, that's a scary power. Okay.
Well, I mean, he was just using magic to kind of influence people, right? Your buddy, the goblin, was convicted of being a spy. Fucking goblin spy. Like, who's this guy spying from? So that dude has served like 4 years
Chief
of 10.
Goblin Lord. Spy for the Chief Goblin Lord.
Apparently so. And then the one that you were afraid of, she was just a smuggler, man. She served like 3 years out of a 10-year sentence.
Oh, okay.
But poor Quillian, this poor little halfling, this dude
He
is
just
like
got his ass beat.
slightly taller than Garmy, just got pummeled because you're like, click. Like opening and closing doors. And he's like, I'm innocent. And they're like, we don't care. Obviously not. This has happened to you. But you know, I'll be honest with you. There are things that you avoided with being invisible, right? With patrols, there are things that you guys were able to, you don't even realize that you were able to succeed with. Like the guards that almost spotted you, right? Or the fact that when I was rolling, if these guys could detect you silent while you're sneaking around, their rolls all were terrible, right?
Thankfully.
Yeah, I mean, it could have gone sideways with that, right? Because you can still be detected with invisibility, right? Plus, one of the rolls that you rolled was really good because Marta's the warden, and Varen told you, but I will remind you, the warden can put the prison into lockdown at any time. And Garmy, guess what ability she has? To counter invisible people.
See invisibility.
So one of the rolls that Silent made for me was she passing by in a room that she would have seen him? Because she'd see you invisible and be like, why the fuck? Right? So these things that you guys have done have worked out. Your plan had worked really well because you distracted the guards. I mean, I don't try to break down everything for you, but that made the warden go search another part of the prison, right? Why did that happen, right? And then you pulled guards from other places when you're like flipping open doors and shit. So, like, it actually made patrols move that would have probably ran into somebody, right? Guards that were gonna come check on Caroused went elsewhere because they're like, I hear there's a riot down in Bay 12, right? So all these things happen. They just happen outside of your view, but it's hard to tell you that at that time because it's like, oh, hey, by the way. But I mean, hey, if you want to, go cut that chick's hand off. See what happens. I'm not saying you can't.
It's still an option.
Yeah, it's still an option. I mean, there's an option of like, we sprint for it, we open the door, we throw my dragon out to distract people because if he dies, he just fucking disappears into La La Land. We rush for the exit. Right. Like, there's different ways of doing it, right? I mean, there's always plans. There's always plans. Plans within plans.
Well,
But yeah, so I know that in some cases...
Maybe we'll still get lucky and they'll let us copy things out, or we still have another night here. They might just not let us do anything, and we just have to make the trade.
Yeah, they're still like, yeah. And I mean, like I said, things just got maybe a little bit more complicated. It's not all bad. They just knew that you were dishonest, that you shouldn't know the name. And even though you gave them the truthful reason for knowing the name, they need to deliberate about what that means, right?
Well, I gave them
nobody should know those names.
Excuse for why I have the name. I gave them a reasonable excuse.
You did. Your roll was terrible, but
It's
really
also
all it
us being
did.
truthful.
I
No, it
wasn't
was.
lying about it either.
And I'll be honest, from a mechanics perspective, all the name did when they wanted you to go away so they could deliberate without you there, is it basically took them from neutral to hostile, right? You know what I mean? Like, you weren't really ever like, they're not like hostile, like they're going to attack you, but now they are circumspect, and it might be more difficult to convince them of other things. It's not like, oh, we're going to cut your hands off and throw you out in the snow or whatever. It just made it more difficult, potentially, or made it more complicated. Not good, not bad, just kind of is. But they need to deliberate what they want to do because they need to sit down and think about, because some of them are like neutral good, some of them are neutral, some of them are lawful good. What that means, but that's why they're going to confine you to the counselor's quarters, because they're not going to imprison you.
I think it's silly that their current system of justice does not already make a detailed notes of people's tattoos.
I know somebody sits down for like 3 weeks to detail every little intricate tattoo.
I mean, it wouldn't take
Probably
that
easier
long.
when it's
And
like
it took-
scar.
Yeah, it wouldn't take that long. I mean, if it took that long to draw it out, it would take that long to tattoo the person, probably. It'd take less time to draw their tattoos.
Oh, here, Garmy, I'm gonna send this to you so you can. I'm gonna DM it to you on Discord real quick. You can save that for your records.
Oh, that makes me sad. I'm gonna share that in our chat so that everyone can see that.
Sometimes the dice are a fickle mistress, as they say.
We're keeping secrets from chat. What's going on?
He just took a picture of my dice roll.
Yeah, there's a picture of his dice
Hypercation
roll.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, you can still convince them. There's still other ways to solve this to get those sweet, sweet magical items. Like I said, it's just a complication, not a. Just kind of is, right? Don't stress. I think we'll have the culmination of this prison break. Get the money, get the goods. We'll probably finish next week, and I think next week you'll also finish up just as a level 5s at the end of next week's session too.
Ooh.
Another level.
Once we complete this piece, which I'm assuming I think will be next week, right?
Let me double check. I think I get access to another spell levels 4.
Yeah, like I'm immediately.
You all get a little bit of power creep at level 5. Yeah, you get a little bit more.
No, I get 3rd level spells.
And Mother Trucker is
level
going to get more
5.
HP.
So here's the question, guys. I have to choose between Fireball, which is a great spell, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Lightning Bolt.
I'm leaning towards every fight has a caster that can silence you. That's what I'm leaning towards. There just happens to be a wizard here who knows silence again.
Here's a question. Here's a DM question. Logistics-wise, Lightning Bolt, there is an optional Lightning Bolt rule that it reflects. Would we be playing with that rule?
I have to
So,
think
like,
about it.
I could bounce off surfaces, and the downside is if it's a straight on a line, it would bounce right back and could hit me. That's the
Yeah, I'll
downside
think
of
about it. I mean, I like rules that are fun, right?
Oh, it can be fun when I'm curving my lightning bolts and getting people around corners.
Mother truckers like, goddamn it, I don't want to have to do geometry and shit while we play.
I'll
Is
be.
that
I'm
gonna bounce
the
off the
wizard.
wall and hit me? Like, what's gonna happen? I'll think about it. Well, let's talk about it this week and all
Only
those
with
DMs I
lightning.
never get.
I'll DM you about this. I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, cool.
But yeah, but I think next Friday. Yeah, I think next Friday we'll finish this up, and
Sweet.
we'll also gain some other clues to the other plot lines next week too. Is what I have planned. So.
Nice. That's awesome.
Like the curse and the mistress of flame and shadow and
Sounds
the
like we're
frost
gonna learn a
maiden
lot.
to freeze everybody. Yep, I think next week we'll get a lot.
Nice. Cool beans. Well, I think that's
Nice.
where we're
My
gonna leave it,
idiot
chat.
son.
I think that's where we're gonna leave it, chat. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll talk to you guys
Bye.
in a
Bye
little bit.
bye.
You're the violent fucker.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, Gators. Oh, the violent one got this thing.
Okay. Well, there we are. There you have it. Heck yeah. Let me mute this. Play this. There. Ta-da! That was fun. That was really good. Thank you guys for hanging out. That was really good. What do you guys think? If you what do you guys think? You still having fun? I know I am. It's a lot to think about. I kind of like these sessions where I get to kind of like sit back and watch. It's very interesting. Kind of makes me feel like I'm part of chat. I like it. I don't know. But I hope you guys had a good time too. Thanks again to everybody who helped support the stream today. You friggin' generous beans, you. Dr. Overdose, Husher, Uvas, thank you all so much. And then Raiders, Rinko, Calliope, I really appreciate that too. Thank you so much. And then Rex also for gifting us sub. Thank you so much for that. And Amber for resubscribing. Thank you so much. We're not going to raid out today. We're just going to end. It's a Friday. Go have fun. Go live your lives. Go have a fantastic weekend. We'll be back on Monday and doing stuff. I don't know what we're going to be doing yet, but we're going to be doing it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Just a little sub guy? No, you're way more than that. You're way more than that. You know it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Until I see you again. If you want to follow my socials, feel free. They're right there. Otherwise, I'll be back on Monday around 11 a.m. Central Standard Time playing something fun. Who knows what? Maybe we'll play some more Astroneer. Maybe we'll play some Nitro Racing. Maybe we'll do Legos. Who knows? It's going to be good, though. I love you. I appreciate you. And you look fantastic today. Have a good weekend until I see you again. Forum, thank you again so much for doing the quest. It's a huge help, and I am ever grateful and thankful for you for doing that. It's a huge task, so thank you so much. If we could all just do like an exclamation mark mods in the chat, show some love for Forum for filling out that quest and that quest file. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic weekend. Okay, I love you guys.